I really hate this part in the off season where it's like there's just nothing going on and I'm getting hyped over
Baseball. Do you not fuck with
not
baseball?
not hockey related, but like
Oh,
I'm getting
well,
hyped over Cruz Lucius for future considerations. That's dopamine right there. You have to take it where you can get it.
I was like,
we
oh
are
my God,
not
I know
getting
who that
hype over
is.
this.
I remember him.
We're not
You
getting
see
hype over this, by the way.
I think we're all absolutely getting hyped over that actually. What you
Yeah,
know about Cruz Lucis for future considerations? Biggest deal of the off season so far.
that's
Not
What's a
getting
another
hype
Dylan
over
part of the
Larkin
Jake Guentzel trade tree completed. Amazing.
from which trade tree? The
Uh,
Hurricanes one?
yeah, Lucius was one of our prospects. Him and Koivunen, then Michael
Shit.
Bunting in a first, I think it was.
Ville Koivunen.
Yeah, the guy who got an 8-year, $4 million AAV contract when he has, I think, 2 points in the NHL. It's not
He
going to
got
pick up.
what?
Oh my God, wait, you didn't see this? 8-year contract, $4 million per year.
Wait,
He's
what?
played like 30
Hold on,
games
let
For
me look up this
Tampa?
guy's numbers.
for Pittsburgh.
Let me
Billy
look up
Coy,
this guy's numbers just so I'm
he
not
was a
thinking wrong.
Hurricanes draft prospect for a while. Got traded
Dubas,
to
what are we
Pittsburgh
doing?
for Gensel.
What are we doing, Dubas?
Last season he had a whopping 7 points.
Yeah, he's locked down for 8 years now. 4 million bucks.
I
Okay,
mean,
Kyle. Okay,
to
Kyle.
be fair, the season before that, he also had 7 points, but he had 7 points in 8 games instead of 7 points in 39 games.
That's consistency. That's consistency, though. We take that.
How many
Well,
goals does he
yeah,
have?
two.
8-year contract.
Incredible.
Amazing.
Anyways, welcome to season one of the Coast to Coast show. If you followed us last season, we just did a few episodes on hockey. This is boom. That was the appetizer. This is the whole buffet. Is what I'm saying. No one's
Whatever
laughing
you
that.
say,
We're off to a
brother.
great start. We're off to a great start. If you don't remember me, my name's Olin, Donny
Who
Waddy,
is that guy?
Hello.
and that's I'm such a hoe.
Who's this
I'm
bum
such
that
a
they
hoe.
keep inviting on this show?
Uh, I'm such a hoe. Can we use your first name? I mean, it's already on there.
Yeah,
We might as
yeah,
well.
no, it's literally in my Zoom name. Is that not like in?
All
I
right,
thought those were
Zaylor.
in.
We got
Yeah,
Zaylor
everyone
over
knows
here.
Sailor. I'm such a hoe.
I've been putting Zaylor's name in the titles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, this is like the start. This is like the real big project. Hockey's fun, but that's not starting for another month minimum. We got some football to talk about. We got some baseball, I guess.
I don't know much about
I
that.
know a lot about it. And what I do know right now is that your Minnesota Twins are in a playoff spot and we're winning the World Series.
I'm a Rays fan, so they've been okay, to say the least.
I will start watching in October. That's usually when I come around to the MLB.
He will start watching when the Twins are about to win the World Series.
I somehow I doubt that. It is a Minnesota sports team. That's not happening.
Well, we're in a playoff spot, and I don't know if you like baseball or follow any teams, but we're probably better than your favorite.
I'm a Braves fan. They might be better.
Oh, we are better than you.
Damn. That's okay, buddy.
But
We'll see if y'all are even in that playoff spot still.
So I'll have you know, let's look up Minnesota Twins last three
this is a great
games.
start.
Oh boy, let's see this.
Yeah.
Let's see this. All right.
15 seconds of
Let's get
Taylor
final
pulling up the
yesterday.
goal. He
Twins
faked
6,
the goal.
Braves 4. Final Tuesday, August 18th. Twins 4, Braves 1. Final August 17th. Twins 4, Braves 2. We
Fake
own
news.
y'all.
Fake news. That's not
We
that's
own
not right.
y'all.
Fake news.
That's fake news.
These
You
guys were
just
these
have
guys
to
are together during the playoffs. Now they're against each other in baseball.
We're having the mid off.
we have to
We're having
disagree
the mid off
somewhere.
of the century.
That's gonna be the
But
best World Series of all time.
but no, we're exciting couple of weeks ahead. I just got my ticket to go watch Memphis versus UNLV down at Allegiant Stadium on week zero, the nightcap of that week zero slate. Um,
Banger.
I'm excited. College football's coming back. Um, NFL's coming back not too far from that. I it's starting to get around that time where like slowly but surely all those sports just start tinkling back into our lives, and all of a sudden, oh, I'm sorry, I can't go out tonight. I gotta go watch Vancouver versus Columbus on a Tuesday night 4 p.m. tip face off
Who
for
is
fantasy
we?
reasons.
Who is we?
Us,
Ain't nobody watching this.
all of us. No, we got Elias Pettersson in our fantasy lineup. What are you talking about?
Who is we?
I just put
Is
$25 on Brock Besser anytime. So yeah, buddy, we're watching this game.
But no, it's exciting. But college football's starting back up, and we're gonna start with college football because a big ruling coming from a judge. I forgot the state where it's now looking like if you don't make your NFL team, you can just go back to college. I mean that's
What?
just a crazy thing. That's a crazy thing. It's like
Sometimes, okay. My opinion here is sometimes you just gotta call it quits. You just gotta hang it up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you didn't get
I'm
drafted
sorry.
after your fifth year. You think the 6 year is going to do anything? I don't
it's all like
understand.
Get
I
ready to
just
learn
think it's
real estate.
crazy. It's just crazy. Like it obviously didn't work out at the NFL level. You're just gonna like have a college training camp and then just or not college NFL training camp, just go back to like Alabama at A&M just to like put up Madden numbers. Like that's not happening. It's just no. It's like if Max Brosmer decided he was done playing for
So
the
how many
Vikings and
teams
came
are
back to
actually?
Minnesota.
Well, he already did 6 years, I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah.
sure. So I don't think he could even get another one.
Okay,
Or
yeah,
no, he
fair.
did
That was probably
5.
a bad
So my
example.
point, yeah. But I mean, it's the equivalent. It's like, yeah, oh, I sucked in the NFL. I didn't make a roster, or I'm on the practice squad. Let me go back to the NCAA after I've had a full summer inside of an NFL program. That's stupid.
Have
Yeah,
players
like
already been doing this?
oh yeah, like I think an NFL player just said he's going to the transfer portal. It's like the fourth string tight end for the Bears, I think. Let me look this up actually.
Dude, what happened to the sport? What happened to the sport? That's
Wait,
devastating news, man.
I'm not gonna lie. They're just gonna make a mockery of college football more than it's already
college
become.
sports are already just kind of like yeah. Um, ex Ole Miss tight end Daquan Wright becomes the first player to enter the transfer with more likely to follow. Uh, Cleveland Browns rookie. He's a part of the. You know what? I actually don't blame him. He's a Cleveland Browns player. I don't blame him.
Yeah,
He's
fairs on this one.
yeah,
He's
he's
going
not.
to a better team.
That's fairs. That's so fairs. Um, so like I'm wondering is it, like I know like they're allowing players to go back to college. Are they going to be forced to like wait a year because like they're adding these players? College football starts next week. Week 0 is next week. That Ireland game is next week. Like, are they just going to let them like get back into things like immediately? Like, I would say you just let them sit out a year, honestly,
Like, do they have to go get re-enrolled and all that too? Like, doesn't
because
that
like
take
yeah,
time?
at this point rosters are pretty much set. Like people know who's like the starter is going to be for most teams. It's like you add a guy who's been in NFL camp. It's also like, oh, we gotta switch things up now. We gotta like what's
Can you
happening
imagine
to
getting
this?
bumped out of your like wide receiver three spot because this dude just decided to come back from the NFL? Do you know how
The
mad I would
game
be?
the game's so gone. The game's
Yeah.
gone.
Oh,
Like, and then I I think it's just kind of because like they're talking about this in basketball. Like there was a joke going around that G League players could now just go back to the like college. I'm like, no. No, that's like the G League is a step above like college basketball. Like that it's just that's just dumb. Like
it's an affront to the sport, like as a whole, and just
yeah.
sport in general. Because it really does like take away the meaning of these different statuses, semi-pro, professional, collegiate. If you just remove that, then what's the point of anything? Like nothing matters. You can just jump around between the
I'm
league.
I would be so down if the NFL just did like a we're just gonna partner with what's the UFL? They just partner with the UFL and they just like make brand affiliated or like affiliations like they do with NBA, NHL, MLB, just kind of like do
Make a
that and just
G
like make
League
like a
out of the UFL.
yeah, make a spring
Yeah.
league.
Like,
Like they're like honestly that would benefit a lot of like court like a lot of rookie players coming in. There's like you have like you could sign guys, you know, like you can have like free agents like who haven't, you know, gotten an NFL offer in like forever. Like you can build a team of that and then like just have like a spring season of like 6 to 8 games and then like a championship playoff or whatever. And I think that would be beneficial to the NFL. It's just like you're giving guys a chance to play something
play
that's
for your
similar to the
future.
N yeah, similar to the
Play for a
NFL.
chance to play in the NFL.
I think, and you could also like throw in like quarterback or like your rookies in there. It's like you have your rookies, and then you have your like like your free agents looking for one last chance at a job. I think that would be beneficial. It's just unfortunately, I don't think they would ever do that. Unfortunately, I think they would rather expand to Canada or like it's
Because
yeah.
the
Yeah.
other thing is that I think a lot of these guys going back to college don't realize that, well, in most 99% of cases, you're most likely not going to get a shot or like, a reasonable, a big name expectation in the NFL. You can still take another path and try improving yourself. And I'll point to a story where I think it was where, let me look up where did he go. So yeah, there was a defensive lineman from Oklahoma who got drafted but didn't really make it. Or actually, he might have been undrafted. That's besides the point. He didn't really make it in his first shot. He spent a couple years in the UFL, got signed to an NFL roster, and had 6 sacks last year. Like
Yeah.
you can
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
while I was dissing on it, a lot of these guys going back to college for saying, it's most likely time for you to hang it up. There is still an option for you to keep using your skill set to allow yourself to get that opportunity to get that, 1 in 100 flyer, to get yourself on a practice squad and keep building yourself up. Because if you're going to get mad at that you're on a practice squad and go back to college, then, what's the point? It's,
Yeah. Not even just
people aren't going to see
USFL,
it highly.
like CFL is probably a good option too. Yeah, it's a completely different game than what we play here in the States, but it's like it's still better than it honestly, in my opinion, just going to college. I mean, yeah, like hey, you might
Yeah,
even see
unless you're
Tua
like top of the
Tagovailoa there.
SEC.
You might see Tua Tagovailoa there. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. He's looked like shit so
The
far.
way he's starting.
Um, but yeah, no, that's insane storyline. But let's talk about some more college football. Last year, obviously, it's the biggest surprise run we've seen in a while. That Indiana Hoosiers team just smoking everyone. They don't even get the top spot in the AP poll, which I don't really. I think the AP poll is just opinion based, but I think
It's
you got to give
stupid.
Indiana the benefit of the doubt though, because Indiana went undefeated and they won the national championship, something that no Indiana Hoosier team before last season has done ever. Um, I just think it's stupid. You're not giving Indiana a minimum top five. I think there were like
We
seven.
need to have a serious discussion. We need to stop ranking Missouri in the preseason. I've had enough.
How, how did this go to Missouri? Okay, wait.
We went from
We
Indiana
need
to
to stop
Missouri.
ranking them in the preseason AP poll. Every year they go 7-5 or 8-4. I've had enough. Stop ranking them
You're
now.
seeing them.
I think
Sorry. All right. No, but I
so.
honestly, with Indiana, I wouldn't necessarily say it was unexpected. I would just say, 10 years ago, it was unpredictable. Because I
Well,
think it
yeah,
really does help a lot when you consider they have a Mark Cuban behind them now. So,
yeah.
but
No, they got
they got
NIL, which
dogs. They
NAL
got dogs.
NAL is already kind of
Well,
making college football like I think with college football is like a monkey's paw situation because like Alabama was like Alabama, Georgia, all those like the same three schools are winning it for like forever. And then like, oh, we want more parity. Okay, well now it's like only like a certain like 15 schools that could probably win it all now, as long as you got billions in NIL money to spend. Not even billions, like,
Well, no, because
but
it's like now it's like, well, if you're
There are
not
a few.
Indiana, Alabama, Minnesota, LSU, or Georgia, you're not winning anything.
hold on. Did you say Minnesota?
Oh, wait. There's a sneak. There's a
Yeah,
sneak.
you. Yeah, why
Alabama's
you
not winning
sneaking
it this
Alabama?
year.
Why you sneaking Alabama?
My fault. My
But yeah,
fault.
no, like it's like you kind of have to have like a financial backing. Is that a cookout cup, bro?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, dude. I need to. Ah, fuck. I need to go back to get cookout. I'm sorry, I'm being big back right now. We're
That's the
talking about
drink.
football. But yeah, it's like college football, like if you don't have NIL resources, you're not like going to A, be good, or and B, keep the players if you are good. Because for me, I'm a fan of a group of six school. Let's go Rebels, UNLV. They like we were good, and then like we were like a win away from the college football playoffs. Boom, our head coach goes to Purdue, and so have all the players that he's recruited. So like you're basically starting over from scratch. And
Yeah.
it's like it's tough out here being a group of six fan, because if you're good, you're not good. You might as well be ass the next year. Like
It might be better to like go 6-6 and just stay underneath the radar, you know,
exactly.
just
This is why
maintain that
this is why
consistency.
I this is why I'm also an Oklahoma fan. This is like the only other sport where I say it's probably okay to root for two teams, because you have your
Yeah.
main school where you graduated, you went to college, you got your degree from, and then you have your school that you think they could win it.
As long as the schools like aren't rivals or like yeah, okay. If someone tells me they're like a Clemson and a Wake Forest fan, I'm gonna
No,
look at you a little weird, you know?
no.
But if you tell me, you like fucking Clemson and then Rutgers or something like that, like I don't care. Yeah, whatever. You're from New Jersey, you have family there or something, you know.
Hmm.
But it bothers me. I met a woman at a Canes game one time, and she was telling me that she's a LSU and a Georgia fan. That makes no sense. That's not possible.
I
Like,
think the only reason you could even justify that is if you have two kids that go there. That's the only pass I would ever give anyone. But even then, you're pushing it. You're pushing it.
I
Yeah.
think it's not even that. I think if I remember correctly, she was like, "Yeah, my husband went to Georgia, and his family are all Georgia fans, and then my family all went to LSU. So you're an LSU fan. That should be an ongoing.
Yeah.
That should be the reason you get divorced. Is a Georgia LSU game gets too intense, it goes too far. But no, you're already backing off of that. I don't get it.
Yeah, I
I
saw a
don't
post on like this is kind of throwing into a little bit of hockey, we're jingling the keys, the visible keys. Oh, hockey, hockey, hockey. But I saw it's like, oh, rooting for a team is different from, being a fan of a team. And I think that's kind of the case, is like you could root for like schools like my dad went to Air Force. He roots for like the Georgia schools, Georgia Tech, Georgia, because he's from Georgia. But I don't really see him actively being a Georgia fan or Georgia Tech fan. More so Georgia Tech. I think he's more of a Georgia Tech guy. But he also likes Air Force. But Air Force is one of those schools, like those Army schools, that just runs the football 99% of the time and doesn't even throw it like once. Like, but yeah,
Yeah,
no, there's
no,
something
that's
different.
definitely fair.
It's
If you
like,
have hometown roots.
yeah, it's like if you have like a connection to somewhere, I think it's a fair point. But it also has to be like an authentic connection. It's like, oh, like for me, I'm wearing a Colts jersey. I'm a Colts fan. I was born in Oklahoma. My mom's from Indiana. That's why I'm a Colts fan. This is Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning, big ass forehead, looking ass.
You know, can I add something here?
Real quick, yeah.
Yeah, it's quick. You know those new mail trucks like that they entered, like the USPS introduced, that have like the big ass visors in the front?
Yeah.
I I think
Yeah,
so,
I
yeah.
saw one today and it kind of looks like Peyton Manning.
If he had a character in Cars, that's exactly what he would look like.
Yeah.
You're so
Okay, go
right.
ahead.
What,
Go ahead.
but like I keep seeing like these takes like, oh, if you're from an area that has like lots of sports teams, what are you doing? You're supposed to be rooting for your local town. First of all, I'd rather be caught dead than rooting for the Raiders. Two, what does that do for like
What did the
kids
Raiders
like
do to you?
I just don't like the Raiders.
Okay,
I
sure,
mean,
whatever, man.
like they're a Las Vegas team, but they're not. Like they're not like the Knights where they're like integrated. I feel
Yeah,
like
no,
Raiders
we
is
You
can
still
can
have
kind of
move
this.
there.
Yeah, we can have this conversation later, but for like what that does for kids like me because I okay, Ferris, I grew up in Oklahoma City. I had the Thunder for like 3 years before I moved to Vegas, so I that's my NBA team. I'm not switching over when the NBA inevitably comes here. Uh, the Colts, I've been a Colts fan. Like the Colts fans, not the Colts fans, but the Colts were the first team I like fell in love with. And then like the first like when you could say like authentic like first team I fell in love with would could be the Golden Knights, which is and then like the most questionable one is the Rays. And first of all, no, I'm not gonna root for the A's. I'm not, I like I said, I'd rather be caught dead than rooting for the A's. And
What
then
did they do to you?
I didn't want the A's. I wanted an expansion team.
it's a terrible
Greedy.
organization, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm glad we swept the fuck out of them, the Rays. But it's like if you're gonna gatekeep sports or you're gonna ridicule someone for who they root for, I think it shouldn't be that much of an ask to like, hey, why do you root for these teams? Because like I think, it's acceptable to root for another team in another city if you have like a very valid reason. Like, oh, I grew up in Oklahoma. There's one NBA team, and that's it. And the rest is just college sports and maybe some minor league baseball and hockey thrown in there. There's really nothing much else. Um, and then it's like it's very funny too because it tends to be that Oklahoma City Thunder fans are either Cowboys fans or Chiefs fans. So the bandwagon allegations are like very strong.
Disgusting.
Yeah, but show me a Minnesota Wild Oklahoma City Thunder fan. Trust me.
There's got to be one, right?
There
Go
There's
on
got
has
to
to
Twitter.
be
be.
like I'm
Go
sure
on
if you
Twitter.
search for, you could probably find the weirdest four-team major sports combination possible.
Honestly, if you don't even like ask Olin the background of it, Olin's got to be up there because
It is. I
Golden
do have
Knights,
to.
Rays, Colts, and
Thunder.
Thunder. Like what?
Yeah.
Like
The
if you
only two
don't
that
know
I
the
mean
context, that's crazy.
I mean, I get like rooting for your hometown and all, but like you got to realize some people did not grow up in a four-team city or
yeah.
eight-team city for some people, like LA and New York. It's
Greedy,
I just think it's a
greedy
bit
city.
unfair. I think it's a bit unfair just to like clown on people for, not rooting for a selection of four teams. Now it's like if you're a kid in Vegas now, yeah, you kind of have not only you have to root for the Golden Knights, Raiders, you now have the A's and fucking Las Vegas Scorpions or whatever the NBA team is going to be called soon. That's not the
I
official
even
name.
told the Scorpions we weren't playing tomorrow.
Classic. But yeah, like you
I get
gotta
the I get those bandwagon accusations all the time because I'm a Bills fan,
no.
right? And like, okay, this is gonna be a weird journey, and I'll make it quick, but just hear me out. When I was like a kid, like before I really like I was watching sports, but I didn't really understand sports. Okay, I was a Hurricanes fan, and then I was a San Diego Chargers fan because Philip Rivers was their quarterback, and really I was an NC State Wolfpack fan. Okay.
That's goat.
And
That's
NC
goat.
State, I just love all their players. And then once I got like conscious enough to be like, follow this team, then I jumped over to the Bills because that's my mom's team. So,
Uh
there's only 1 degree of separation, but Panthers fans always get mad when you tell them that. Like, even though out of all the people in North Carolina, probably about 30% at best, like actually claim the Panthers as their team. You meet so many like Steelers fans and Giants fans and Eagles fans,
Tommy,
Bills fans. Oh, yeah. No, almost
no
no
Jets
Panthers fans
fans.
unless you're like in Charlotte.
No Jets
Oh,
fans though.
oh my God, dude. I don't like them, but I respect Jets fans because it's like they've been bad for so
You
long, and
feel
you're still
you gotta feel
around,
bad
man.
for him.
Yeah, a little bit. But then they start talking like when they have a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna win the AFC East to go to the playoff." Yeah, no.
Sonny bunches of them.
Yeah, pretty much. But
Okay.
yeah, I just like there's like of course there's like there are points where it gets crazy. Like, okay, you can't be rooting for the entire NFC North. They all hate each other. You can't do that. You
If I
can't be
catch
rooting
you
for the
rooting for the Vikings and Packers, it's on site.
Hold on, hold on,
No,
hold on,
as
hold on,
a
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
That's
Hold that
common though,
thought.
isn't it?
Hold
Like
that
not
thought.
common, but that happens.
oh,
Because
here,
they're
let me
So
explain. Oh,
so real
where'd
quick
Olin go?
he
before I
wanted to go grab
continue
he has a bit. He has a bit.
before I continue, so my grandfather, my step grandfather, say he's a Packers fan. One birthday, he decided to give me this.
Oh wait.
Yeah, so I just randomly have a
Mythical
Packers Aaron
pull.
Rodgers.
Holy
It's
shoot.
actually a nice quality jersey though. It's like the only reason I haven't sold it off because it's so good, and it's like I could just wear this to Rage Bait Zaylor someday.
I don't
Don't
like
don't
you.
put that on, bro. You're gonna start talking about Dr. Fauci. Don't put that on.
Nah, but nah, man. Packers Aaron Rodgers before he went crazy.
It's gonna take
Not
you over
like
like the city out.
exactly. No, I'm gonna go on a darkness retreat. We're gonna have a fight on Coast to Coast podcast. I'm out of here for like a month.
Y'all
But
remember that tweet talking about how like Mahomes is training in the offseason. My quarterback is doing crack in a hut when Rodgers went on that wellness retreat, man.
yeah, no,
And then
man.
I guess had an epiphany that he needed to go to the New York Jets.
Oh, yeah, duh, but like rooting for teams really shouldn't be that like there's of course like acceptance. There's like acceptances and then there's like no, you just don't do that. Like I better not see when I see the NHL season start up again, I better not see a Leafs Habs um Bruins what else? Islanders. I
Sharks
better not
are all
I
they're all
yeah, no,
Sharks
no, no, no.
Sharks.
fans.
No,
If
like
I
you
see one more Shark slash Wild fan, I might blow my shit smooth off.
Well, because okay, people that do that, they don't even really watch hockey. You know what I mean?
no.
Like they're watching the players, they're not watching the game. It's a big difference.
Like
This might
I'm
this might get us in trouble. We might get canceled on
I'm
X for this.
I'm all for
Did you call
growing
it
of the
X?
game. Don't call it
Shrink
X,
the
bro.
game.
Shrink.
Shrink the
Hashtag
game.
shrink.
Hashtag
Yeah, no, I
shrink.
don't even know why I said that. You're right. I always call it Twitter. What the fuck? He's getting to me.
The
Elon's getting to
X,
me.
the everything app.
Yeah, no. You guys don't go on there to talk to your best friend Grok.
No,
Is this true?
no, no. I
Brock,
ain't
is this true?
talking to no Grok. I ain't talking to no Grok. What are you talking
I don't
about?
think I've used Grok once.
Brock, is this true?
But yeah, like the Indianapolis Colts. Why did I even bring them up? We're not. I'm not. We're still off. We're still on hockey for a little bit. No.
The Indianapolis Colts, son.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
exactly the Indianapolis Colts. But yeah, I better not see like I'm be honest, I'm glad for growing the game and all that of hockey because it deserves to be as big as the NFL, NBA, MLB. Like, there's just some moments where I'm like, you just gotta shrink this shit, man. You gotta shrink.
We got to start
Hashtag,
gatekeeping again.
hashtag shrink.
No, it makes, dude, because they'll get mad at stuff that is just like fundamentally a part of the game.
Exactly.
Like,
And I
and
feel like
Why are the players on rival teams hitting each other? This is so mean. It's
why is
so
he so
mean.
mad? That's embarrassing. Like,
I
dude,
feel like there was a moment during the 2025 playoffs where Vegas was playing the Oilers, and I think Hurdle was like pissed off or something, and he was trying to like hit his stick and he accidentally hit the trainer. Or like it was like it was an accident.
I
It was
remember
for sure
that.
an
Yeah,
accident. They were so mad. I'm like, what are you getting mad at? What
he
are
didn't know
you
he was
getting
there.
mad at? Yeah. It's like, oh, Tomas Hurdle's such a piece of shit. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. It's like I it's impossible to like I'll tell you what though, it's fun to rage bait him. It is fun to rage bait. It is
They
fun to
always fall
rage bait
for
him.
it.
But it's like it can get to a point where it's like it just becomes so nails on chalkboard sounding a bit to the point where it's like, okay, you're crazy if you don't think like that's routine. Because like if you don't watch like I would love to see these people's reaction to when Odell Beckham was having a feud with the kicking net that one season, if you remember that.
Oh man,
I was
you're
that
bringing me
got so
back with that.
quiet.
Yeah,
That got so quiet. I
you
thought I
just
was
kicking
getting
the
old for a
crap out of
second.
it.
Yeah, no, I like that the 2016 NFL season.
So
What a season. Um, but yeah, it's like you can't really be like you're watching sports with like it's the same thing because like I saw like during the World Cup everyone's like oh Erling Haaland or Jude Bellingham all that they saw him playing for Man City in the Community Shield he did nothing he's like yeah no we're done with this you're not my striker anymore Maresca ball ain't for me we're not doing this anymore but yeah it's like these these people like they are really like just fundamentally missing the point of sport. And it's not just them. It's there's some other characters in this like situation now. And it's the ones that got a little bit of this so they can just do whatever they want with it. Sports betters like I miss the days where I could just go on ESPN and not see odds on the little bottom ticker down there.
yeah,
It's
Yeah, it takes me out of the viewing experience entirely. Like
yeah,
I
it's
like
like
hearing real statistics. Like, hey, this guy has goals, assists. I don't want to see what their line is for the over under.
oh Jeremiah Roger Smith quarterback for LSU plus 256 billion on one passing yard
like
or something.
And
I'll
then
be
now
honest.
intermission shows are just them, like the hosts of the intermission show gambling, like they're like
Hmm.
making their
Well, no,
pick.
and I want to throw something else out there that I think a lot of people really fail to consider with this whole sports betting thing. It really reveals how fragile this generation's mental health space is because as soon as they lose their parlay or bet or $20, they're just going wherever and harassing the players. It's like that
Yeah,
was your choice. That was all
It's not
your
even
choice that you're doing.
if I
And
may if I
these are
interject,
people that are doing this stuff for your entertainment and not to make you money.
if I
Um,
may interject,
if
it's not
anything,
even
they're trying to do it. Yeah, like
it- it's not
people are
even
like
like
are sending like
gambling.
death threats. Yeah, it's not even gambling. You're just
It's
sending death
fantasy.
threats towards players.
But like fantasy
Like,
sports too. It's like there was
yeah,
a one player who
oh my
got death
God.
threats because this guy didn't have like the game he wanted and he lost. Now in fairness, if you're losing your marbles because you got last place and you got to do the worst punishment known to man, you might be a bit justified. I'm not gonna lie on that one, but no, I'm kidding. But
That's
it's
about
like,
it.
yeah, but yeah, it's like it's not even just like the gamble. It's like the frat broification of sports Twitter as well. Not just
Oh my
sports
God,
Twitter, like the
dude,
sports media. Like
the
we're
burnerverse,
having
the burnerverse is a cesspool. Like it is actually, it's so unfunny. Number one, but it's actually
I won't lie.
extremely
Every now
spicy.
and then you'll see a kind of funny one, but like most of them are literally just like, "I hate women" or "Wow, this woman has very nice boobs." Like
Wow,
there's
look at
no in
this
between.
void.
There's
Crap
no
like
in
that.
between.
it's like I'm it is this is also a really like huge topic concerning the NFL because we're just I don't know where this is coming from because Colts fan here, Pat McAfee used to be my punter every Sunday for about a few seasons. Now he's still on my TV and he's ugh, like I don't know if you've been seeing everything, but like they're putting Pat McAfee on everything now. He's got an album now. Apparently it sounds as good as you think it does, which is
It's AI slop.
exactly.
It is
Um
AI country bro slop. It doesn't even
it's
sound real.
Yeah, like they're putting Pat McAfee on Super Bowl coverage for ESPN, which now like you got to get rid of ESPN Super Bowl coverage now. You can't have that on there. You absolutely cannot have
They
that
already
on there.
ruined the Stanley Cup, bro. They can't do well.
Drink,
Their Stanley Cup
drink.
footage wasn't that bad, but oh my God, they're gonna mess up the Super Bowl so bad.
Uh it's like ESPN is just like increasingly becoming the soft core version of Barstool Sports, if I could kind
Yeah,
of put that out there.
Yeah.
I
It's
agree.
like they fired a guy mid broadcast. I forgot it was like Ryan Clark. They fired a guy mid broadcast so they can give Pat McAfee another billion dollars.
It,
It's
who, okay, like I understand he has fans and I understand that like people like his show or whatever. How does he have this much influence, bro? Like, how is he getting, what's his contract? Like 40 million? More
I think it's like
than
60
something like
million.
that?
I swear it's like 60
Jesus
million.
Christ, man. Like, okay. I've never met someone in my personal life that is like, oh, I listen to the Pat McAfee show.
I
You
throw
know,
it on
like
for background noise. That's pretty much it.
yeah, I mean, like yeah, sometimes he has good interviews or whatever, but I just man, I about like 2 or 3 years ago, I was into like WWE and they were having Pat McAfee announce and like call the matches as they're going on. Bro, you want to talk about nails on a chalkboard? I despised him. I almost started muting the TV. It got so bad.
I swear if they bring on Pat McAfee like for like an intro to like the next Stanley Cup ESPN does, if they have Pat McAfee on that panel, bund the whole contract, get rid of it, go back to ESPN. Not
And
ESPN,
I hate
NBC.
the way he treats hockey too. Like he treats it like it's a cute little pet. You know, like his hockey's awesome, and then like makes it seem like it's this out of this world thing. Like it's not just a sport, and you're a sports
I
show.
mean, sure, yeah, it's great. It's just like you're kind of tone it down. Just tone
Yeah,
it down.
you can tell he's not actually watching the full 60 minutes. He,
No,
he watches
he's only
highlights.
watching when the playoffs come on.
Yeah.
And that's that. But I think like there are moments for Pat McAfee's show, and I think if they kind of just like were able to like self-contain him as like one of their big talking heads, because like not only that, like you got Pat McAfee, you also have Stephen A. Smith on ESPN, and that's a whole other can of worms. That guy, but that guy's been on that network forever. And then here's
Yeah.
on, oh, they're just pushing Pat McAfee now, and it's like, when did this guy was a punter. This guy was a punter in the NFL. Like I'll give him little bit of like, okay, that's actually impressive that he's built all this up just from being a punter in the National Football League, but at the same time it's like it's too
It is
crazy at this
impressive.
point. You got to tone it down a bit, man. Like
They want him to be mainstream so bad.
yeah.
And like
And
they want what Stephen A gave them a couple of years ago.
yeah. The worst part is like ESPN, like I feel like ESPN's long been like on a downhill trend, like it's accelerating at this point. Like it was
Yeah.
like this and now it's straight down.
It's a soulless corporation. I
Yeah.
mean, like
There was more soul having Mike Milbury on ESP on NBC intermission shows. Like there was more
yeah,
soul in that.
because you could, even though it was a bit of a smaller crew, you could tell the people that were working those NBC games like cared about hockey, loved hockey.
Hmm.
You know, that's kind of what TNT is like too. Like, obviously they're
Yeah.
part of a big corporation, but they still kind of do their own thing. With ESPN, everything is just generic. You know,
Hmm.
like their coverage of a high school girls softball game and the NHL might as well be the exact same.
Exactly. They got Bob with shoes and working double overtime on them.
Yeah,
But
like the end, like Bucci Gross was doing like college games on ESPN Plus,
oh,
and now he's the lead
don't get me
announcer.
started on Bucci Gross because like there was like a post that came out about like Evander Kane talking about like some anti-vax stuff, and then like Mark Spector chiming in was like he kind of counteracted this point, and then Bucci Gross replies to him. He's like, he's right, and I'm taking this in the context that he's talking about Evander Kane. Bun the whole ESPN thing. Bun it all. Just no, we don't want it anymore. Give me the NHL on NBC again. I
Bring back Doc
promise.
Emmerich. Bring back Doc
No,
Emmerich.
No, no,
he's
let that
so
man
old, man.
rest. Let
No,
that
like
man
I mean,
rest.
like the spirit, like this, like the passion of like an actual like non-corporate entity or like an actual someone who sounds like a human and not just someone who's covering it to cover it. That's what I mean.
I
Like,
Yeah,
obviously he's
I
old
had
and
the
he's retired. Like I get that, but like I'm saying like bring back like the energy and like the passion of following a sport, or, like actually covering it because you enjoy it or want like to bring families like that enjoyment from their home instead of just being a soul sucking corporation, just shoving shit everywhere. It's kind of
I
I
had
don't
the
know.
privilege of going to an event where Dave Gosher, the play-by-play for the Vegas Golden Knights, was there, and I was able to talk to him for about 15-30 minutes, and he had some things to say about ESPN. None of those guys are like true hockey guys like you see on TNT or your local
No,
sports like, and I think that is
Yeah.
absolutely correct in terms of like,
why would they be?
yeah, like Sean McDonough as your main play-by-play is so unserious. Like it's
And he scores, and that's
he
it.
doesn't even say that half the time when a goal goes in. It's like
Yeah,
it's
It's
yeah.
a
in the
lot of
net.
healers.
Dude,
Like
that's
those.
my favorite one because opening goal of the Stanley Cup final scores. Nikolai Ehlers, like it's the might be the worst NHL call I've seen. Like
Could you
25
imagine
seconds into the game and you can't get
Mike
excited.
Mike Emmerich calling this year's Stanley Cup final probably would have been the greatest hockey calling I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Can you
I'm just
imagine that
saying,
game three? The shit he would be saying on that mic, man. It'd be golden.
Marner and Scar. Man, he's just making me like that was just we're in hell in terms of a hockey broadcasting like. And even then, ESPN like I keep getting NBC wasn't that bad, but it also wasn't that good. But if it was on right now, it would absolutely shit on ESPN.
By the time it was done, like the last 2 or 3 years, what they were getting kind of shabby.
Yeah.
You remember during the COVID bubble when they would only have the same like 4 or 5 commercials? So you'd be watching
Yeah.
hockey for 12 hours a day, watching the Paul Mistanet ad and the David Pastrnak Duncan ad and the what's the one with the walrus? What's the walrus's name in the Geico ad?
The
I
Geico
don't know,
one.
but the one in the goalie, right? The goalie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No sleepies, like what? It's just like brain drizzle
Ugh.
having to watch that all day.
Well, no, here, I feel like let's talk about something at least that's like a little bit like happy is that, with all of this bad stuff, yeah, it's coming back, but unfortunately it's not going away. Football's almost back, guys. We get to
Yeah.
watch football. And I'm actually really,
Exactly.
even though hockey's back too, actually, I didn't realize that hockey was starting like 2 weeks earlier than normal this year.
Yeah.
I didn't
No,
Oh
like
realize that.
yeah. Yeah.
Like
They
hockey's
September
back in like a
29th.
month. Yeah, hockey's back in like a month and 10 days.
That's honestly kind of crazy to think about it because for a while it was like, oh, it started around like first week of October, end of the first week of October. Now we're like
Yeah.
we're almost a few days away from being right back into it. It's like Stanley Cup finals done. Now we're back in like to less than 2 months.
I don't honestly, dude, I do not care what happens this season for the Hurricanes. Like, I don't care if they win 20 games or 60.
That's a lie. That's a
You know
lie.
what okay,
That's a
okay,
lie.
yeah, you're okay, you're right. Yeah, they're like bottom of the barrel, whatever. But it, on no, like honestly, they could miss the playoffs next this next season. I don't think I'd be that mad. Like you already won the cup. Who cares?
I'll say this coming from someone, recently who's, like not recently as Carolina, but like, not too long ago, Vegas won the
3 years
cup.
ago. That's
I kind of had that same mindset going into it, and then they started playing like shit halfway through the season. It was like, okay, what the fuck are we doing here, guys? Like that's gonna change on a dime. Trust me. Like
I don't know, man.
once they start going through the stretch, you're gonna be wondering what the fuck happened.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And no,
Did
another point too is the fact that it's the exact same team.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Assuming Nikishin comes back, it's literally no one left.
That's the other thing too, because Vegas, when they had their cup season, they had pretty much the entire team come back minus Riley Smith. I thought, oh, this is wraps. We're going back to back. We were second wild card by the end of the regular season. It's like like the idea that like you could repeat with all your core pieces is good in theory, but in actual practice or in actual games, teams will figure you out now. Like you won the cup, they've had an entire like 3 to 2 month period where they could just study you, pick out all the little things about your game, and then expose those weaknesses in a regular season game, yeah, you might win a majority of games still, but you now have those weaknesses exposed. And how
Yeah.
do you respond to teams picking out those weaknesses and then exposing you for them? That's when real like true good teams come and prove themselves.
You almost have to add like you look at the Florida Panthers, there's no way they win the cup in 2025 without Brad Marchand and his
No,
contributions. Like he won Sam Bennett at Conn Smythe. As good as Bennett was, he won him at Conn Smythe with the way he
the
played.
Panthers are going to be just nasty next year. I don't know how.
All
Oh,
anybody
no.
is going to be talking about is Hurricanes and Panthers conference finals.
It's going to be so funny when we get like Boston Montreal conference, or no, Buffalo Montreal conference finals.
Yeah, that's exactly how it's going to go. Carolina's going to
But
finally choke in the first round.
yeah, real quick though, little early season college football predictions. Give me your national champion and Heisman winner.
Mm.
Oh, I feel like we should do some. We since we have college football, NFL, and what's it called? Hockey. Also, we should throw out a bold prediction as well. I think.
A bold prediction?
Yeah. Well, so I'll start with college football and
Let's do all three. National champion, Heisman, and then bold prediction. Let's do that.
Okay.
okay. College football national champion. It's a good one because as much as I would say, sure, Indiana could go back. I don't think they do it without Mendoza. I think they'll still be good again because they have all the NIL money. But I don't think they'll go back to back. Um,
Am I crazy for thinking Ohio State?
No,
I feel like
is
they
Saying still
win.
their quarterback?
I think so. Yeah,
What'd you say?
Is Julian Saying still their quarterback?
should be.
That's
I
not
just feel like
crazy.
they have a really good wide receiver duo too, like with Jeremiah Smith and that QB. I feel like Ohio State is one of those teams they win like once a decade, and I don't think they've done it yet this decade.
No,
So
they
this is
have.
going to be their year.
They literally won the first like 12 team playoff in the first like edition of
Oh,
it.
was that 2020?
2020.
I was thinking it was 2019. No, never mind.
No, that
Okay,
was yeah. No,
but
they won two
still,
years ago.
You
obligatory
want to
Ohio State.
know? Here, I'll give this. I think our national championship game. I'll even give a game that I think we're gonna
Oh,
get.
okay.
It's gonna be Georgia versus Oregon, and Georgia's gonna fuck them.
Okay.
That's a
You
good
know what?
one.
I was on board until you said Oregon. Oregon, no, Oregon, like they always crumble when they face a really good team.
I agree. That's why I say they're gonna have a Mickey Mouse route to the championship game. They're gonna get like a bowl game against like let's just say like like some SMU, BYU, or like UNLV like somehow
Whoa,
upsets a
whoa, whoa,
team.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Sneak.
whoa,
No,
That's
whoa,
a
like
whoa,
I'm
whoa,
crazy
saying
whoa,
sneak.
whoa.
Holy
no, like
Why
I'm
are we
saying like say if
sneaking
say if
SMU? Why are we sneaking SMU in there?
no, like I'm saying that if one of those teams, like a 10, 11, or a 12 seed, or like a group of five team, like sneaks in there and like throws in an upset, and throws a wrench in the hammer, and then Oregon gets that wrench, sure. I think Oregon could very easily they're a good team on paper. I just don't see them ever winning a national champ. I could see them making it to the game. They're not gonna win the game. Um, because on
Yeah,
paper, I
that's
would
fair.
argue they're a top five team in college football. I would put Georgia, Oregon, maybe Miami still, Ohio State, and Indiana. I mean, you could argue Notre Dame if they weren't schedule merchants, and you could argue Texas if they weren't held back by Arch Manning. But you know, um,
Held back. You think he's going to be bad again this year?
he really, I don't think he'll be as bad, but he's not gonna be
Yeah.
good enough to he might sneak them into the playoffs because they might have like I don't know. Do they play Ohio State again this year?
They
I
do.
thought they
They
do.
do. They
Like
do.
they might sneak in with like a loss against Ohio State and another SEC loss, but they're not gonna. He's not gonna be good enough to get them over any sort of significant hump. Because I don't know Texas's schedule at home. I mean, because like
I mean, I'm
let
sure
me
it's
look at it.
hard.
I'm
Yeah.
sure like it's an SEC schedule plus Ohio State. Like okay, let's see.
Can't handle the grind of an
State,
SEC schedule.
Yeah,
so
it just means
Texas
more.
State, Ohio State, UTSA, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Florida, Ole Miss, Miss State, Missouri, LSU, Arkansas, Texas A&M. So like I'm sure they'll beat
They don't got to
Texas
play
State.
Bama
Ohio
or
State's a
Georgia
coin
though.
toss. UTSA. They don't have to play Bama or Georgia, but they do have a stretch of Tennessee, Oklahoma, Florida, Ole Miss, which is not going to be easy.
Yeah.
Then Miss State and Missouri, I would like to think are givens. LSU isn't what they were, but that again, that's still a
Lane
difficult
Kiffin. That's
game.
that Lane
It
Kiffin
should be
juice.
Yeah.
Arkansas, and then the Texas A&M game. I mean, I know Texas A&M is good, but like Texas owns A&M, so
It's a rivalry game.
I'm not worried about that for them.
Um,
Yeah, but Texas A&M is every year they fold.
all
So
right.
I'm gonna. I think right. You could argue other teams getting in instead of Oregon, but that's that. I think Oregon will sneak their way in a Mickey Mouse route there and get crushed by an actual
All
team.
right.
I want to hear
Time
what
for
you guys
me
have to say.
for my national championship pick.
Yeah, let's hear it. What do we got?
I'm gonna be the homer. I'm gonna say you and I'm kidding. um, I'll still be a bit of a homer, but I'll be a little bit realistic. I actually think I feel really good about Oklahoma this year. I don't know why. I just like
Really?
when John Mateer was like actually healthy and wasn't playing with a broken hand or whatever, Oklahoma looked really good. And I think they could make some noise in the SEC this year. I think they could go all the way and like they almost beat Alabama again in the playoff, and they wouldn't gotten destroyed by Indiana, of course, but like you got to think that like Oklahoma, I think this is their shot, if like their last chance before they have to like suffer for a few years because they don't have a quarterback again. Like Mateer only
Yeah.
is going to be here for one more year, and I just think he's going to be good. And I also think John Mateer could win the Heisman too. Oklahoma
Good
University.
shout. I really liked him when he was at Washington. It's the same thing. For some reason, I've really watched a lot of those Pac-12 schools before the Pac-12 disbanded because
Hmm.
I would always be up late with nothing to do, and those would be the only games on. So, I got my mouthfuls of Jake Browning, Gardner Minshew, John Mateer, Cam Ward, you know, and Oklahoma's an outside shot. I think they're a decently good shot to make the college football playoffs and at
Hmm.
least win. I would say at least win a bowl game.
Yeah.
Um, I would say, I think I would probably put them in that kind of second tier of teams, kind of below Miami, Georgia, and I guess you could put Ohio State, Indiana up there. I'd put them kind of in that second tier of teams like Texas, Notre Dame, um,
Yeah.
SU, BYU, and then the tier below BYU, SMU, and all the. But I think yeah, I think there's a non-zero chance. Obviously, you're a bit of a homer, but I think there's a non-zero chance they could at least get there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be difficult because they're gonna have to go through probably Notre Dame or Texas. Texas Tech is in the equation. All those
Yeah.
SEC 10 and teams are going to be in the equation, so it's not going to be easy for them. But they're they're John Mateer is a really good quarterback. I really liked watching him at Washington State, and I think although I have my opinions on the transfer portal, I do think him at Oklahoma was actually a genuine really good fit. And if
It
not
was a good fit,
Oklahoma,
yeah.
even if Oklahoma doesn't win the national championship, I think he's a Heisman favorite this year, no doubt. So
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
even
that's
know
more
who
than
else is
fair.
in there anyway.
Saying, I guess.
Say it is who's Ole Miss's quarterback this year?
Trinidad Chambliss.
He in that
Oh, he's
competition? I
back.
thought I heard his name.
Yeah. He might be in that convo too.
Then
because like
what's the guy from Notre Dame? CJ Carr. He's pretty good too, right?
yeah, I
But Notre
know
Dame has a
if
He's gonna be.
here's the thing about Notre Dame. Like they have a cupcake schedule this year. They always kind of have like a
Yeah.
cupcake
it's all
schedule.
But I could see him lighting that up and winning the Heisman.
Notre Dame, listen to me. Join a conference. Like please join a conference. They never will, but please join a conference.
It's only because of their stupid TV rights, and
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get how they're allowed to do that.
It's because they're independent, that's why. That's why they're allowed to do that.
Yeah, but the
If they
fact
weren't
they're even able to negotiate it like that in the first place is crazy. The fact that NCAA didn't one step in, just be like, okay,
yeah.
end this.
Um my
They're
bold
like half of the
prediction,
ACC.
along with John Mateer winning the Heisman, my bold prediction, I think UNLV makes the playoff. That's my bold
See,
prediction,
y'all
which is
called
not
me
even that
crazy
bold.
earlier. Y'all
That's not
called me
bold.
crazy earlier. I last year I had them making it. They did. Who was the group of five team last year? Was it Boise
There
State?
was
No,
there
who
was
was it?
two. There was two. There was James Madison and Liberty, I
That-
think.
No, I don't think Liberty. That was Liberty was the year before, wasn't it? Because Liberty got belt promotion.
No, there was only Boise State that first
No,
year of the
it was
12.
JMU. Yeah, it was JMU. You're right.
Yeah,
Um,
James Madison and what's the team that went to Ole Miss?
Oh, Tulane.
Oh yeah, Tulane.
Yeah.
Oh, they let Tulane in those. That's crazy. Hot take though, real quick. This is like a hot take, not like a bold prediction, but hot take. If you're a group of six or a group of six team and you make the playoffs, you should get to host a home game. You should get to host that game.
No.
No, no, no. Here, no. It's because like you know, I think it proves like yourself like you're going to like another school that's like, there for the first time. Yeah, you're gonna beat them, but like it's like I think it's better for if you're the home if you're the road team as a power six, not power a power four school going to a group of six team because that might be the only time they ever make the playoffs in their existence as a school. They're gonna be rowdy as shit. They're gonna turn up, and it's gonna be an electric atmosphere. I think that's a better test. I think that's a better like saying, at for a, a power four road team going to a group of six home crowd, and you can either beat the hell out of them, 55 nothing, or you crumble. And I think that's a better test. I get why you don't want to have those games on there because it's not like, okay, let's be honest here. Going away to Boise State isn't as attractive as going to Alabama or Oklahoma or LSU. But I think it honestly it just provides a bigger test in my eyes. That's just my opinion though.
I, the main reason I disagree, like beyond, the ticket revenues and all that is just because like I feel like if you're placed that high, you've kind of earned that. Like I don't care who you're playing against, like you've kind of earned that
That's
right
fair.
to have that opening game in that first
That's
round.
fair. But at the same time, it's also like I just think, if you're gonna have like these these a group of six teams there, I think you should just give them a home game because they have a very small chance of making it to the bigger bowl games. So I think instead of them going away to like it basically just be like a second warm up game for a playoff team that's like established, you just have them come play away at your campus. It's not attractive because like revenues and then like of course you got that higher seating, but I think it just provides a bigger test. Or what should be like a cakewalk, it just turns it into like prove yourself. Can you go on the road to a group of five team that a group of six team that's gonna be rowdy as hell? Like this is like they're partying like the world's ending tomorrow. They're gonna be loud, and can you go out there and just stun them? I think that's a
Yeah.
bigger test.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I know I get what you mean.
Yeah. What's your Heisman winner and bold prediction though, Ian? Before we head to break,
I'm gonna ride with him. CJ Carr Heisman. It's
CJ
happening.
Carr Heisman
He's
and
gonna
a
light up those cupcakes, gonna put up thousands and thousands of passing yards on their head. And then
Thousands.
for
okay.
bowl game, what'd you say?
thousands and thousands and this dude.
Thousands, man. Like just
Thousands, man.
running over their head. And then for my bowl game,
Bold
I'll
prediction,
go
not bowl game.
bowl
Bold
predict. Yeah,
prediction.
bowl prediction. Ohio State, Georgia.
That's your national championship bold prediction?
Yeah, yeah, I think
No,
so.
because if you said like bold prediction, it would have to be like Texas Tech versus LSU.
Nah, I'm
uh
going national championship.
nah. That's your bold prediction?
Yeah, locking
All
it.
right. All right, what's your Heisman and bold prediction, Zaylor, real quick?
I'll go Heisman. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a regular season award, so I'm gonna say Dante Moore. Um,
That's a good shout. Good
full
shout.
prediction is that Sam Levitt will be the Heisman finalist.
Hmm.
I like
Who does he
that.
is he Arizona
He
State quarterback?
Arizona transferred to LSU.
Okay, yeah, no. That
I like
SEC
he's
stimulus.
not very high on the rankings, but he was good at ASU. He's going to LSU. Obviously, LSU is not what it was 10 years ago, but that's a good foundation for him. And I like that a lot more than I like Arch Manning. I like that a lot more than I like Julian Sayan's only there because he plays for Ohio State. I'm not taking Trinidad Chambliss seriously. Josh Hoover could be a good shout with Indiana, but there's not really not Gunnar Stockton. I'm not sold on Gunnar Stockton either. So, um, I'm
Nobody
really
named
not
Gunner
sold.
is ever winning
Yeah,
anything.
I'm the only guys I'm really even sold on in this competition are CJ Carr, Dante Moore, Josh Hoover, and Sam Levitt. And my outside shot would be John Mateer. Outside of that, I'm not sold on anyone. Because it's like last year when everyone was like, guys, this year's dark horse is Lenora Sellers, and Lenora Sellers was terrible last year. And I almost thought about bringing that conversation back this year, and then you look at South Carolina's schedule. I never want to hear this Lenora Sellers discussion again unless they go 10-2. So they start with Kent State, Towson, Mississippi State, then Alabama, Kentucky, Florida, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Arkansas, Georgia, Clemson.
Oh
They are
yeah, no,
winning
they're
6
fucked.
games maximum.
Yeah, it's over.
They're winning 6.
It's
We're not
over.
bringing this Lenora. We're not bringing this Lenora Sellers dark horse discussion another year in. It's not happening. Give it up.
All right. Speaking of
That's
giving it
my.
up,
Those are
we're
my.
giving it up for this segment of the show. All right, yeah, we'll see you back after the break, guys.
Fuck
We're
Lenora
gonna be quick.
Sellers.
We're gonna be quick on this. Heisman winner, bold prediction, championship game. Here's a 5 minute spiel on to why Group of Five games should or Group of Six teams should host their games in the playoffs.
I mean, to be fair, it is an actually interesting point that most people haven't thought of or brought up ever. So, like, I'll give you that. It's like it's not like a regurgitated talking point because who the hell is actually talking about that?
Yeah. This is coast to coast sports. We may get 10 views an episode, but we give you the best points out there. Like,
Fact.
Exactly. This
I
goes
think I
Uh,
nah, but real shit though. I think like especially for that first round, I like the idea of having the lower seed teams host their games, but only for that round because okay, if you have like an LSU like Oklahoma game, something like that, of course you're gonna have it. Like you I don't know, but I think if you're just a group of six team, I think you kind of want that to be a home game because it's already hard for them to get a home game in the first place. You have to be really good to even just get to the playoffs. To have like a group of six home game in the playoff, you have to be like a video game team. Like starting the segment here, fuck
Talk
it.
about that. We should talk about
We're
that too.
starting the segment here, fuck it. All right. So first, before we start this next segment, I want to give props out to the Vegas Golden Knights and the Carolina Hurricanes. You want to know why I'm giving out props to those two teams? Not only did they have a great Stanley Cup final, they went above 5 games in honor of Janie Daniels. We got to respect that. We got to respect that. Thank you, Zaylor. That has to be some of my best work. No,
Your
We
best work.
truly have a genius behind the writing of this podcast.
but yeah. So Jaden Daniels, quarterback for the Washington Commanders. Thought I was gonna say that other word, huh? You little shit. You thought I was gonna say that other
Cancel
team
him.
name? What,
Cancel
you thought I
him.
was gonna say? You thought I was gonna say football team, the Washington football team?
I thought you were gonna say the Washington Weavers.
No, no.
All
We're
right.
cutting that out.
Real talk. I am so glad this Jaden McDaniels thing is happening, so people are
Wait,
talking about
who?
5 instead of 9.
Who? Jaden McDaniels?
Oh wait, I was thinking about basketball. Speaking of, Jaden McDaniels is winning Defensive Player of the Year this year. Just thought you guys should know.
We're talking about.
Anyways, I'm really glad this whole Jaden Daniels thing is happening, so people are talking about 5 instead of 9 because I've had a rough 12 months on Twitter.
Yeah, I call him 9.
Why? What happened?
Yeah, go ahead, Zaylor. What happened? How did he do this season? Did he even have 9 touchdowns?
He did. He did. Fuck you.
I knew that would get him.
Yeah, he also had 9 picks. But yeah, the Jaden Daniels story is kind of crazy, don't you think? What's the deal with that? No, but
Well, I'm just really confused as to because I was wondering what the whole situation. So let me get this correct. This is because his mom said LSU shouldn't use his name or number on anything because he's
no, no,
one of their
no.
all-time great.
Well,
So
okay,
what it
yes, but it's
was,
because they got a recruit. Go ahead, go ahead.
okay, so the story was LSU gave the number 5 to a recruit. I don't know. I think he's a linebacker. I thought he was a quarterback, but no, he's the linebacker. They gave him the number
Five
5.
stars, by the way.
Yeah, 5-star recruit. They gave him number 5, and then apparently that set off the McDaniel's family. Like not just Jaden McDaniel. I did it. I just did it there too.
You're doing it too?
That set off the Jaden Daniels the family that set them off. So like they said to LSU that you couldn't use his name, image, and likeness. That's the whole situation. Now I would
Yeah.
agree if that was like the quarterback, or not agree. I was like I'm okay. I was like I would have given a little bit more leniency. I should say, but like it's a random linebacker. You're not a random 5-star linebacker. You're not losing that much sleep over it. Let's be real. Let's be fucking real here.
No. And it really comes down to he wants to be Joe Burrow. Like he wants, like, Burrow gets number 9. No one is ever touching that,
Whoa,
and for the
whoa, whoa,
rest of
whoa,
LSU.
whoa.
Shut up. Don't even bring him up right now, bro. We're talking about Joe Burrow. They don't even belong in the same couple of sentences.
Both of them are national champions, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, which one?
And
Okay, which
how
one
and
threw
how
10
old was
passes?
J.J. McCarthy when he got carried to that title?
Carried, I'll have you know that Michigan is absolutely nothing right now because 9 left the team. Notice
Yeah,
how
him
as
and him
soon
and
as
the
9
10
left,
other NFL players that got drafted from that roster.
but how many of them are talked about as much as 9?
Okay, you can't say talked about because a lot of what the discussion around 9 is not necessarily positive. It's not pro 9.
No, but
Okay,
no. Here's my
anyway,
thing.
anyway,
Here's my thing
anyway.
with Jaden Daniels
Oh
is
God.
that he's not Joe Burrow. He's not Jamar Chase. He's not Justin Jefferson. He's not Odell Beckham Jr. He went 8-4 every year. He's not a national champion. He's not a winner. He's not an all-time great for the program. Shut up.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry.
I
Yeah.
honestly before I completely forgot he even went to LSU. Like, not that I think about Jaden Daniels that much, but like I completely forgot that's where he went.
Pac-12 After Dark legend. What are you talking about? I just think it's all just kind of crazy because like could you imagine like Joe Burrow doing that? No. Like
No.
they already retired his shit. Like I mean I if like an insanely hyped 5-star prospect went to LSU for the quarterback, he's like, "Hey, can I wear the number 9?" It's like, yeah, they'll call up Joe Burrow. It's like, hey, can this kid use your number 9? I think he'd be more lenient to accept like that kid wearing his number 9. as long as he's played good. If he throws like 4 picks his first game, you might as well just put that number back and retired.
He's coming out as number 8 next game.
Exactly. Like put some purple tape. You're all set. But like it's like ridiculous. Like, could you imagine like what was Macklin Celebrini's number in Boston College? Was it 71? I think it was 71, right?
Yeah, yeah, it was.
It's
Yeah,
like
it
it's
was.
like if
I'm 95.
if it's like if Celebrini got mad that the number 71 was being used again in Boston College, like Boston, not Boston College, Boston University. Oh man, no.
That's
Oh,
gonna
I
make
just
no
You
pissed.
might,
sense.
you might have some people mad at
Oh,
that one.
Dude, if there are any
oh,
BU fans here, just let them hear it.
dude,
All three of them.
my best friend's dad went to BU. He's gonna be so mad when I said that. um, it's like it's like that. Like if Boston University just used 71 on like a random second line center instead of like the next play, like even then, like Boston University didn't really win a lot with Macklin Celebrini there. So it's like
Nah.
what like Macklin Celebrini, yeah, he's arguably one of the best young NHL players out there right now, but it's like what's even the situation with that? Like
Yeah,
it's
I
kind of
can't see
stupid.
him having like an ego trip about it because like make no mistake, that's exactly what it is. It's just number five's ego coming out, man. Like he thinks he's a fantastic player. I love watching him, but
Hmm.
he thinks he's like the franchise level QB already. Like you
He's
have
not
you have
Anthony Richardson. He's not Anthony Richardson, I'll tell you that.
Sean,
okay, he's
Sean, get
definitely
out.
not. But he
Get
is
out.
he is a
That's a
little
real
bit better
five.
than Anthony
That's a real
Richardson.
five. That's real five right there. What you talking about? That's my
But
five.
he's not in the Allen, he's not even in the Herbert discussions yet.
Actually, I'm gonna disagree because Jaden Daniels has won a playoff game.
Okay, but imagine if Herbert had.
Fairs. Fairs.
I don't know if you guys saw this. I'll throw this since we're talking about the National Football League right now. Um, I don't know if you guys saw this. I think it was the Chargers starting center is already out for the year. I'm pretty sure.
Are you serious?
I saw.
Man.
Hold on, wait. Let me look it
Justin
up.
Herbert, if you are listening to me, request a trade to the Indianapolis Colts. We have an
Bro,
offensive line for you. We have a defense. You have to play the Texans 2 times a year. I know they're going to give you flashbacks, but hey, listen, we have Shane Steichen. You have actually your coach is arguably better than Shane Steichen, but it's also Shane Steichen. You coached with you played with him before. He
oh my
was your
God, he gets to
quarterback
play with
coach.
Keenan Allen, the
Exactly.
biggest trade acquisition
Exactly.
of
Listen, you
Yeah.
got to go to your GM. You got to say, listen, I want to be traded to the Indianapolis Colts, and I know the exact trade package. You're going to trade me in a 1-for-1 deal for Anthony Richardson. He's going to
bro.
develop under John Harbaugh.
I think
Okay.
they would shoot him in Los Angeles.
Okay.
If
I
they
was
were
not incorrect.
not.
So you're
Chargers
right.
starting center. Tyler. I don't know how to pronounce this last name, so I might butcher this.
So,
Linbaugh?
Tyler Biods is
Wrong
out
player.
for what? No,
I'm thinking of
that's
someone
the right
else.
guy. No, it's not. I just looked it up.
Uh,
Um, Chargers center Tyler Biods is currently out indefinitely after tearing his ACL. Um,
damn.
so if man strikes again.
Man, he's getting married. He doesn't care.
He's
he has
begging
Madison
Madison
Beer.
Beer. He's begging Madison Beer after winning 0 playoff games in his career and getting paid $40 million a year. I would be pissed off if I want him to.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was him, I would be taking her last name, Justin
Yeah,
Beer. Do you know how many jerseys he
yeah,
Beer
sells?
you're
10,
right. I was just
Holy
in beer.
Beer 10. That
She asked me what my favorite beer was. I said my next one.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
oh, the next
Oh,
one.
oh.
The next one. Um,
I feel like Jalen. I feel like J-Dub right now. I'm melting from Ian's aura. Oh my
From the next one.
god. The next
I have that
Um,
effect with people.
But okay, back to 5. Anthony Richardson should get a 7th
one.
round pick
Get the
minimum.
fuck out.
All right, let's move on. I don't want to hear the names Anthony Richardson or JJ McCarthy
No,
for the
I feel
rest.
like we actually do need to have a legitimate discussion about what's because that unironically has been one of the bigger headlines of this offseason is how bad Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah truly fucked up this organization with so
Oh, you wanna
uh,
don't get me started about fucking up organizations.
quit battling my GM. Wait.
You just wait. You just wait.
You've
You
had
just
20
No,
wait.
years to get
so
used to it.
no, well, I will stand by the fact that Sam Darnold would not have won a Super Bowl in Minnesota solely because
Well,
it's
yeah,
Minnesota. And like everyone's like, oh, if Sam Darnold, why didn't they stay? He won the Super Bowl.
Oh
One,
shit!
Sam Darnold wasn't the reason Seattle won the Super Bowl, but he was, he wasn't terrible, so they won.
New Islanders jersey announced. Is the
is
Islanders
it,
jersey.
New mid
what's
just
the
dropped.
logo? Is that
It's
is
the
that
The
the
it's the
lighthouse.
lighthouse. The lighthouse.
okay?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, but like
Not bad.
there were better ones from the selection
I'll
that
have
they
to
had.
actually like look at it and see it on ice, and I'll give my opinion.
I mean,
Their
you're gonna
whole
have to wait like a
contest
year.
was weird because it was just like
It was
templates,
rigged.
but
It was rigged.
yeah, they knew what they wanted.
That is. I'm
Um,
actually glad that one won because the other one just kind of sucked shit.
Anyways, Ayler, what were you saying? Sorry.
so well, I agree. Obviously, the same. Sure, I agree. The Vikings might have had the guy. What I will say is that they had already drafted a first round quarterback. I don't know if you could have given another guy 40 million plus dollars a year after you did just draft a first round quarterback. And honestly, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah put himself in a corner because no matter what he would have done, it was the wrong answer. It's either Sam Darnold walks and does great somewhere else, or you sign him for $40 million a year after he shit the bed in the two most important games of the season, and you trade your first round quarterback for like a 6th round pick the year after you draft him. Either way, no matter what he did, was going to be viewed as GM malpractice, and well, spoiler alert, it
Yeah,
was.
it was GM
Um,
malpractice.
But what I'll say, so now we're looking at, which I can't believe it's actually been one of the bigger. The reason it's been such a big headline is because people want to be able to keep pushing the narrative of how bad the Vikings look. And yes, they did fuck up. Don't get me wrong. However,
Why? What
I'm
happened?
gonna put out a perspective here that I think a lot of people aren't really seeing right now, and it's that yes, JJ McCarthy was not a good quarterback last year. That's it's not, it's not easy to, it's pretty easy to say that because let's be honest, he wasn't that good last year, and I think everyone knows that. The thing with this is that first year quarterbacks aren't gonna be great all the time. Like I get it, I
I
get it.
swear to
He was
God, if you make the Josh Allen
No,
comparison,
I'm not gonna.
okay,
I was not
okay,
going there.
okay,
I'm just saying, generally speaking, expecting a first round quarterback or any quarterback, a matter of that, to be the next Tom Brady, to be the next Lamar Jackson, Patrick, year one, is not a reasonable expectation. And
agreed.
all things considered, while he wasn't good, the Vikings did win more games with JJ McCarthy and had a better record with JJ McCarthy at quarterback than obviously, his competition was Carson Wentz and Max Brosmer. So, you would fucking hope so. But all things considered, his season was bad, but it wasn't the type of thing where it's like this guy has zero future. People are already right. The same people that are writing off JJ McCarthy right now are the same people who wrote off Sam Darnold 5 times over and are now singing his praises because he won the Super Bowl. I'm not saying
Right.
JJ McCarthy's ever going to be that because I don't think he will, but I think writing him off as, I think he could still be a serviceable Teddy
Starter.
Bridgewater like quarterback where he could start for a team that's rebuilding and win, 8 to 10 games and have mediocre numbers. I
He can be
think
Tyrod
that's still
Taylor.
he could be a Tyrod Taylor, he could be a Teddy Bridgewater. But my thing is that I think writing off a quarterback after 10 games is absurd. Also, considering he is only 23. Almost every quarterback in that draft class was, Bo Nix is 25 or 26, if I'm not wrong. A lot of those guys are older. He was drafted young. He's still young. There's still. I'm not saying he's going to be guaranteed great. I'm not defending him because clearly right now whatever's happening isn't working, and some people won't admit that. I'll at least admit that what's happening isn't really going great, but people really kind of forget that a quarterback development process is not a linear thing. It's not. It takes a long time to develop a quarterback right. And I'm not saying he's going to develop to be another franchise quarterback, but saying he's going to be in the CFL or overseas or whatever or a future, it's a little much right now after watching 10 games. And he
That's
was
fair.
and again, another point I'll come to defense is it seems like I am coming to defense with him a lot, but it's like people are really inconsiderate because most people don't actually watch the quarterback. If I'm stuck, trust me, if I'm stuck watching JJ McCarthy after a year, I'll know what JJ McCarthy is good at and bad at. He's bad at a lot of things, but there's one thing that is for sure is that people he was drafted in the first round for a reason. And you can say whatever you want. There's a narrative around him, but a lot of the narrative is that people who didn't watch his game are putting things out there. Again, he wasn't perfect, but I don't get this whole handoff merchant thing. I know that's the biggest thing people will criticize him for. And if you look at it, he passed 332 times a year in both years that he was in college. That is around average. The average is around 330 to 380. It's a little bit on the lowest, but that's still average. And also, he had what's it called? He had 11 interceptions his entire college career. Like he was very clearly drafted in the first round, not because he was an elite franchise game changer, but he was an elite game manager, and he wouldn't turn the ball over effect. That he was you could say he's not a handoff merchant. He's a check down merchant. Get your phrasings right. Get your slander right. I'm sick and tired of this narrative.
Does he start
Is he
week 1?
elite? Is he elite in franchise? No. Is he? What'd you say?
Does he start in week 1?
No, they already called it. Did you see it?
Oh
It's
no,
Kyler
I
Murray.
didn't
No,
see
it
it.
is Kyler Murray, and I think that is the right
Okay.
choice because here's the thing: is people are like, "Oh, Nine's career is over because Kyler Murray is starting week 1." I will say it's not great looks, but I think we all knew this already because let's be honest: if you thought JJ McCarthy was starting week 1 over Kyler Murray, I would like to severely doubt your brain having any cells left in it. But
Yeah.
what I'll get at is that it would be even further GM malpractice to start McCarthy week 1 because obviously with his train wreck of a last year's season, if he is not good off the gate and starts week 1 and is not good those first 3 weeks, any possible value he has is gone. And his future is most likely over after 12 to 15 games. If you keep him behind a guy who was a Heisman winner and was held back by the significant incompetence of the Arizona Cardinals front office for 5 or so years, he actually has a chance to, obviously I'll be straight up. I think Kyler's great. I don't think he's going to stay healthy for 17 games. I think we'll see 9 at some point. I don't know when, but I think we will.
During COD double XP weekends. That's when
Per
9
chance.
is gonna be starting. Yeah.
Olin, did you hear that if there's a new COD dropping this year? I'm a little bit concerned.
Hold on. New Call of Duty release date. There's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, which is actually, guess what? There's no shot. It's October 23rd of this year. You could be seeing
Olin,
JJ McCarthy ball
we
live.
might be watching JJ McCarthy football on Sunday, October 25th.
They're gonna let Kyler have that one off.
But early campaign starts August or not August, October 16th for early access. So he might actually have that shit early access.
Unless KOC like ties him down in the film room.
That's the only way.
That's the
That's a
only
little
way.
bit that's gonna be a little bit hard to do that though, because he's so short.
Wouldn't that make it easier because there's less Kyler Murray to tie down?
No, he's gonna be running so fast. Like he's like a toddler. You can't catch him.
Yeah, he's got those little toddler legs. He's right. You have to use
No,
like a
but
shoestring to lasso him in and then bring him in.
he's like a
Yeah,
little
exactly.
spider. It's like when you're trying to catch the spider on your wall, but it's just Kyler Murray. No, but I think
Who would you rather chase down? One one Kyler Murray sized spider or 100 spider sized Kyler Murrays?
I'll go one Kyler Murray size spider.
I'll go one Kyler Murray sized spider because at least you can see it with your full vision the whole time. If there's 100 spider sized Kyler Murrays, you're gonna end up losing one of them, no matter what. You're not gonna see all of them.
No, the
I
good
would
news is
also I
they're
would
not
feel
venomous.
bad like if I crushed on accident.
Well, no, but the point is, if you're trying to catch them, you're saying, would you rather try catching the odds that you catch 100 spider-sized Kyler Murrays are significantly lower than one Kyler Murray-sized spider.
This is the Coast to Coast show. We have all the great questions here. We have all the great questions.
No, like dude, I feel like you take one wrong step and you just killed two of Kyler Murray. Like I'd feel bad. Because like I'm assuming they're like sentient, like they have human brains. They're just tiny, right?
Yeah, they're little
Yeah.
Kyler Murrays.
Yeah, yeah. No, I can't do that.
I,
There's
I'd say I'd say 100 size Kyler Murrays. I'll go against you guys only because I don't think 100 Kyler Murrays are venomous compared to one
Well,
spider.
I'm not
no.
worried about if they're venomous or not, but like if I'm trying to contain all of them, it's a lot easier to contain one Kyler Murray-sized spider than it is to contain 100 spider-sized Kyler Murrays.
Yeah, they like
Yeah.
slip under the door and shit. No.
No, but I think realistically, it would be a genuine malpractice to start McCarthy week one because if he's bad for the first couple of weeks, it's over. His career's done. No trade value whatsoever. Um, and while the pressure's put on him if Kyler Murray gets injured, JJ McCarthy knows, hey, this is your one shot. Don't fuck this up. Also, don't fuck this up for us either. So, and also by riding the bench for a couple of weeks, he can at least watch an actual quarterback play football good.
Maybe you can learn something.
Maybe he can learn a couple of things. So,
But yeah.
I think it's the right move. Yeah, I don't know what other NFL headlines are. Oh my God, Keenan Allen to the Colts.
Oh, um,
Is
I'll
this
just
the
speak on this.
dagger?
I'll speak on this real quick. I'm actually kind of glad that something actually got addressed for once because it's kind of been like the theme with these Chris Ballard Colts teams is like there will be an issue present with injuries and shit. And it would not have been addressed. Like Alec Pierce might not play week 1. So that's the big money wide receiver already down. So what you gonna
Who
do?
else
You're
is in
just
that
gonna
room?
let's see, Josh Downs, Ashton Doolin, Westbrook Akine,
So basically,
at
shit from a butt.
close as you get out. Dion Burks. Did I say Ashton Doolin already? I think I did.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's not the best wide receiver room in the division. So I think
yeah.
adding Keenan Allen just kind of helps stabilizes a little bit. I think the Colts are just going to be absolutely mid this year, as they were last year, the year before, the year before that, the year before that, that one year where Philip Rivers was quarterback, and then the year before that. And story of the Indianapolis Colts, everyone.
They might be the most spiritually 9-8 team ever.
I really
Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh.
no, because at least Pittsburgh makes the
Pittsburgh to me will
playoffs.
always be 8-8.
At least Pittsburgh, they make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, then I'd say the Colts are the most spirit because I still process things off of the old record. So I'd say the Colts are like spiritually like 7-9.
Yeah, I could see that.
Really, Zaylor?
They are
You just
closer to
had to
that.
pick those two numbers. You had to pick 7 and 9, Zaylor.
I know JJ McCarthy, but what's the other one?
I'm just gonna shut up until you get it.
7. Let's see, 7.
Oh, Carter Hart.
Yeah, I don't like how long that took me.
I, I, okay, what? Heaven forbid I say a record.
79, oh brother.
Look, bro, that's your
Uh,
goalie.
no, 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 no,
Your
no, no, no,
goalie,
no,
bro.
no,
You're the
no,
one with the
no,
Carter
no,
Hart.
no, no. I don't
No
got
means
none of
yes.
that.
That's you, bro.
No. But yeah, the Colts. They're. I'd be shocked if they didn't. If they got more than 9 wins. I'm gonna be so honest with you. If they got more than
Fine,
nine
like
wins,
JJ McCarthy.
no, I'm
We
not
had a
being or
JJ
not.
McCarthy session, and
um, I a lot of people think the Colts are going to be bad. I don't think so. They have a rough start to the season. They play the Chiefs, Raiders, not Raiders, Ravens and Texans in those first 3 weeks. Yeah, we might be cooked. But I actually think we take one. I think we either take the Ravens or we take the Chiefs. I think we win one of those games.
Yeah, wait, are the Chiefs on the road or at home?
Chiefs are on the road, but that's Sunday night, and that's Sunday night football in Kansas City.
That
But
does
we
that
okay,
does
wait,
we
sound
wait.
like a game
we
that they would
actually
lose.
we actually have like a decent record against the Chiefs.
Do you want me to give you my honest Colts prediction for this year? You're not gonna
If
believe
you
it.
if you want to, go ahead. Is it 8 and 9?
It was 8-9. I have loss, 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 win, win, loss, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, 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 loss.
Yep, that sounds like the Colts. That sounds like the most Colts season ever. Colts.
Yeah.
Bears.
But
Yeah, I'm
just
sorry. I don't see you guys winning a single game until October. Like, I get you might have a good record against the Chiefs, but like they have Kenneth Walker now, bud.
oh ooh no, but no, I could.
Respect prime Kenneth Walker, bro.
I watched that Super Bowl. You shut up. But yeah, I could honestly just see like the Colts can either like just absolutely like floor me and like actually perform to what I've been wanting them to do to actually just be a playoff team. I don't care if you win the division or not. Just make the fucking playoffs because it's always been this close, never close enough. And
Yeah.
I I know I've ragged on Chris Ballard. I don't think he's a horrible GM. He's not the right GM for the situation the Colts are in. And I think that all kind of changed. Like, how long has it been now? What's 2026? 7 years ago when Andrew Luck retired from playing football. As soon as he retired,
Yeah.
the writing was on the wall that it was time to rebuild because the Colts have been an Andrew Luck hold team with no Andrew Luck to fill it. And I don't like I said I don't think Chris Ballard is that bad of a GM. I don't think he is. It's just that the directions he has taken this team are it honestly might take a while for them to like rebuild from whatever Chris Ballard has done to the team because you traded first of all you traded 2 first round picks for Sauce Gardner. So now we can't tank if we want even if we want to this season because we don't have a first round pick unless we trade for it back, which I doubt the Jets would give up. The Jets are not giving up a first round pick that easily.
And
Um,
for a corner,
yeah,
like
for a
that
corner.
position changes year in, year out.
Exactly. Um, and like you had an opportunity to bring in a quarterback after just laying an egg in Jacksonville with the win to get you in the playoffs, which we, by the way, haven't won in Jacksonville since 2014. You know what happened in 2014? That was like my second to last. No, that was my like, what was it? Let's see, that was sixth grade. That was my first year of middle school. Was the last time we won in Jacksonville.
Holy
Um,
shit.
the Indianapolis Colts, they are in what I think it's like mid purgatory, which I honestly think might just be worse than being ass every year. Because at least if you're ass every year, you know you're going to be ass.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of an 8, 9, 9 and 8 team, you either are going to be good or you're not. Like there's just so much like leeway to give. Like, oh, this team could be really good, but this team could also be really shit. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. If you know, you know. But it's like I said, Chris Ballard is not the worst GM in the world. He's just the wrong GM for the job. After losing in Jacksonville 2021, you could have brought in Baker Mayfield, but no, you decided to bring in cooked Matt Ryan, and then you ended up with the fourth overall pick the next draft, which you decided to use on Anthony Richardson, a project quarterback that you threw out there week one, expecting him to be the magician that he is, and then when he got inevitably got hurt, you run him back out there this next season. He does horrible. You bench him, put him back, and then it's at the point where it's like, okay, you can't really just bench him for a year because you said he's the future, and then you sign Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is good. He gets hurt. You bring back Philip Rivers, and after starting
I,
8-2, I really thought last year was the last year for Chris Ballard. It turns out that's not the case. This should be his last year, unless by all means the Colts win the Super Bowl. But even then, I still think he should go. If the Colts somehow win the Super Bowl, he still needs to go. It's not just because I just feel like the culture of what the Colts used to be doesn't exist anymore. It just doesn't exist. Like the Colts, I've been spoiled with the Colts because Peyton Manning quarterback for a long time, Andrew Luck just about as long. They're in a very weird limbo, which has happened for almost 10 years. It's like 8 years now. The limbo needs to end. At some point, you need to find yourself out of that tunnel of limbo. And that doesn't start until you either fire Chris Ballard or you sell the team to an owner that will. And I'm talking to you, the owners, the Carly, the rest of Jim's daughters.
They're
Like
listening to
you,
this podcast.
but
oh,
who
of course
who
they
will
are.
be standing by the sidelines with the headset on, looking really mad if they do that? Have you
Well, they
considered
well, well, I this is not about the
Oh,
like this
oh,
exactly. I'll do it for free. Just
It's just imagine you just standing there looking fucking pissed the entire
I will be
game.
pissed. I will be
Yeah.
pissed. But it's got ridiculous. The fan base isn't excited about the Colts anymore. They're not excited to sit down for 3 hours of their time every Sunday, Thursday, Monday, whatever the game is, to sit down and watch Indianapolis Colts football because it's just not fun anymore. I
I
am
wouldn't either if I
tired.
lived in Indiana.
That's fair. That's fair is actually. But uh it's like at what point, like if this was any other GM, they would have been fired 5 years ago. Like
Yeah.
think of the Leafs. They could barely win a first round series and they cleaned house multiple they cleaned house. And that like if this happened to like let's say the Broncos, like I think the GM would I don't know. It's cuz like the culture in Indianapolis has just gone soft. It's gone soft. It's yes, you need more of like a family like aspect in your organization, but also at the same time, you need an organization of winners, and that's not what's present in Indianapolis right now
Why don't they just win?
because they suck. They're mid.
Are they stupid?
They should
Well,
they should
that's the
try to get
problem
Exactly.
with a lot of franchises is that even though a lot of franchises have really good runs, the problem is that sometimes to capitalize on another run instead of having a mid year, You need to commit to letting a couple guys go that you won't need in a couple of years and having a down year, getting a high draft pick, and changing the future of the program. And
Mm-hmm.
I say this because as a Vikings fan, we have those really good years, but we're never bad. We're only, we're always either 7-10, 8-9, 9-8, or 13-4, 14-3. And there's no 3-14s, there's no 4-13, there's no. Sometimes some franchises do need to just realize that, well, because there's a difference. A lot of franchises are just like the New York Jets, where they just suck every year. Some things never change sometimes, but a competent team with competent management should be able to realize that a down year, let your younger guys flow into the lineup, let them get minutes. It might be a down year, but you'll get those guys experience for the future, next year, next 2 years, and then you'll get a high overall draft pick, bring in a possible franchise altering talent, and that's how you rebuild a football team, by having 1 or 2 years where you're down and letting those young guys seep through the roster, give them minutes, give them experience. It's not going to be pretty. It's not.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just need to accept that for a year or two. And I think fans are much more willing to accept that because they know that most likely on the other side, they'll be having a competitive team 4 to 5 years down the line. The problem with a lot of teams is that they'll be stuck in that 8-9, 9-8, and have a refusal to die off, a refusal to admit the window's closed or the window's over, that it's a time for a new time period to start for that franchise. And they just keep running it back with the same, 31-year-old, 32-year-old running back, offensive line, quarterback. You gotta. Fans are much more willing to buy into a rebuild because they know there's something positive on the other side than there is to run through a fucking wall of 9-8, 8-9, 7-10 years.
Yeah.
It's kind of
And
how it is.
what makes
It gets tiring.
ridiculous? What makes it ridiculous is like this has been happening for almost 8 to 10 years. Like if this was happening to like the Patriots, if the Patriots like went like for like a few seasons went 9-8, they probably would have cleaned house already. Like Bill Belichick probably would have been gone. I mean that happened already, but like you get what I'm trying to say. Like if this happened to like a pristine NFL
They were bad for
organization,
like
like
3 years and lost their
yeah,
minds.
yeah, no, they lost their minds. The Colts have been mid for almost a decade. Like there have been kids that were born and raised who didn't get to experience those Andrew Luck years where they made the playoffs. They didn't do a lot in those playoffs most years, but they made the playoffs. They didn't get to experience the prime Peyton Manning years. There are Colts fans alive who haven't experienced a playoff game yet. And I just think
That's insane.
it's time for a change. Chris Ballard, you tried your best, and unfortunately, I'll admit there were like no one could have predicted Andrew Luck retiring. That's one thing, but the failure to like either recognize that the ship has sunken way deeper than you realize it like by the time you realize it, it's already sunk to the bottom of the ocean. It's too late. Like I would accept the Colts being genuine garbage for five. I don't care how long it took if it guaranteed a Super Bowl appearance. I would rather sit through 5-0-17 seasons than go 9-8 again. Because at
Okay,
least
no
there's a
way.
direction there. No, at least there's a direction if you're just tanking on purpose. If you're going
Dude,
9-8
the
every
league
year,
would step in if a team went
there's
0
no
and
direction.
17.
There's no direction if you're
Other
going
woke nonsense.
exactly. But like I don't know. That's my cold spiel of the night right there.
And then going to the Bills real quick. I'm really not excited for this year because I'm already just thinking about what painful ass way are they going to lose in the playoffs this time.
Cookies.
Yeah,
You want to know what my honest prediction was for this year that you're really going to hate me for?
what?
Another AFC championship loss to Kansas City.
Fuck off. Yeah, no, bro. I genuinely would rather get our asses beat in the first round by like Jacksonville than have to go through that again.
It almost
I
happened last
actually
year.
I actually think the Bills. I think it actually they'll get to the AFC Championship and lose. However, give me a rematch versus Denver. I think that game last year was just electric. It's
That
going to
could
happen in
happen again.
Buffalo. It's going to
Yeah.
happen in Buffalo where like, it's two cold weather teams going at it again. I think Buffalo, I think honestly if it's Buffalo Broncos again, I think any team wins that. I just think the Broncos are good. I think they'll be good again this year, both teams. I just think I don't know. Kansas City just had an off year next year. I don't know how like the ripple effect is going to do this. I think Kansas City will be back in the playoffs for sure. They
Kansas
just
City's
won't
back.
be
Yeah.
they just won't be that the dominant Kansas City like we've
They're
been
not
used
going to
to
be
the past few
dominant,
seasons.
but they're going to have. My prediction is that they're going to devil magic their way into a Super Bowl loss again. So that was my prediction for this
I
year.
unfortunately I could see that.
Yeah.
But
Um,
Buffalo, interesting. They're switching from a 4-3 to a 3-4 on defense, and it's about time because just the amount of deep balls I have seen go and end our season. I'm cautiously optimistic with Joe Brady because it's going to be tough for him. He has to try to transition this culture that McDermott built. Like that's like the number one thing McDermott did well. When he wasn't talking about 9/11 hijackers and not giving up long touchdowns. That's what he was really about, the culture of that team. And if they can't keep that up, then they're screwed. Because I mean, it's gonna feel like a whole different team this year, honestly. Like obviously, Josh and James are still there. They're holding it down, but like you have a new stadium, your schedule is hard like right out of the gate. I think they play the Texans, Chargers, Patriots, and Chiefs like all in the first 5 weeks of the season. Um, I I think it'll be hard, but I think they're gonna win like 11, 12 games, and I could see them losing in the Super Bowl. Like that's like
Bills.
that. Yeah, the bill. That's like the ceiling. Like they go to the Super Bowl and lose because I don't think they'll win it. Um,
I think it depends on who you're playing. If you're playing the Rams, no, you're not winning that shit.
yeah, no. Like if it's Matt Stafford's last game, he's gonna fucking eat our defense alive. But worst case, I think they still make the playoffs. Like assuming there's not like a catastrophic injury to Josh, they should still be a playoff team.
I can see it right now. Bills lose Super Bowl off Keon Coleman drop in the end zone.
Cookie. Bold of you to
Yeah.
assume they'll play him in the Super Bowl if they get there.
That's fairs.
Dude,
Fairs.
I he he really does need to show up. And honestly, man, I'm starting to blame Cam Newton for that because it was bad before. It got so much worse once all the slander
That's
started.
what I'm
Like once,
talking about with JJ McCarthy. It was bad before, then the whole nine thing caught on, and it just got worse.
I had a dream where it was Bills Vikings in the Super Bowl.
dude,
Hell
yeah,
will freeze
nah,
over.
bro.
Hell will
I
freeze over before that happens.
yeah, like Satan is popping out at the halftime show and ending our shit right there if that Super
Yeah,
Bowl ever happens.
yeah. We're not. Neither of us
Uh
will be happy.
No.
No. My realistic prediction for the Bills this year, 14-3 with another AFC conference game exit.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
said Olin Colts 8-9. I again, if they do something magical, if Daniel Jones does come back as good as he was, I think they actually could steal a wild card spot from someone. But you know,
If Daniel Jones plays as good, I'm not. The thing is about the Colts. Going back to them, I'm more interested. Like I said, I think Daniel Jones will be at worst. I think he'll just be a serviceable quarterback because I think we have enough around him to like just hey, if you just have an average offense, we'll be fine. It's the defense I'm like concerned about because I
yeah,
think our corners are great, our front is pretty good. It's just the linebackers that I'm like really interested in because we got rid of pretty much all of our linebackers from last season. There's no more Zaire Franklin. There's no really anyone. It's just CJ Speed. I think that's our second round pick's name, and then a lot of other guys. It's like
Yeah.
I'm very nervous because it's either going to be a train wreck or it's going to be really good for us. And from the what I've seen in our
Bucks.
preseason game against the Patriots, where we tied 13-13, what a barn burner.
Did you
Um,
watch that game in full?
I watched the first half. I watched the first half.
Okay.
I'm not. I listen. I love football. I'm not that much of a sicko. Give me. I want games that actually matter.
I'm
Yeah,
a
I
little
can't
bit of
do
a sicko.
preseason.
Sometimes I will unironically turn on like group of five games, like that just have no meaning. Like what's
Um,
it called? I was unironically watching Mac
you're watching Maction.
basketball last
Dude,
year.
Mac
Maction.
basketball? Mac
I was watching that Tuesday night action,
Holy
like
shit, bro.
unironically.
But like, yeah. That the linebackers. That's what I'm mostly like interested in terms of like what the Colts are looking like this year. If the linebackers are good, I could honestly see us making the playoffs. But I say that every year. We're not making the fucking playoffs, man.
Well, yeah, and I mean, here's the again, it's you guys are mid, and I had you guys as mid, but again, one or two things go right. It's not like those wild card spots are unobtainable. Like,
We were in division talks last year.
and also that's the
Yeah.
other thing is like Houston and Jacksonville have faults with the way their teams are structured.
Yeah.
Um, there's a path there to even if they
No,
both fall off, they
the
you could
problem
steal it.
is with the not necessarily okay, first of all, the Jaguars, we never won in Jacksonville since 2014. So that's a guaranteed loss already. Second,
Scheduled loss.
the Houston Texans, for some reason, CJ Stroud would be the most ass quarterback you've ever seen until he plays the Indianapolis Colts. He throws for 350 and 4 touchdowns. I swear, he is the worst quarterback until he plays the Indianapolis Colts. That's just the
I
way
don't
I've been. That's just the
I don't
way
know
it's
what it
been.
is about Houston because Josh Allen since 2019 he's not won any of the games he's played in Houston, including in the playoffs. I don't know what it is about the Texans, man. They just curse like specific teams.
It's like it's if you're the Colts, if you're the Colts or the Bills, you're getting destroyed by Houston. It's like there's no in
Yeah.
between.
Dude, that game, that was the most miserable Bills game of last season, including the Denver game, was that one against the Texans where the
Oh,
defense just stifled them for 60 minutes.
the thing is that Houston defense is so good too. It's like CJ Stroud doesn't have to go crazy, yet he
Pastrami
still does.
sandwich.
What?
He will generally just be serving pastrami sandwiches every single week until he plays the Colts defense, and then he's looking like prime Peyton Manning out there. I'm so serious. That's how it feels like every time we play the Houston Texans. It's so bad.
Any other hot takes for this NFL
Here,
season?
can I throw out my honest Minnesota Vikings prediction this year?
Sure, why not?
Oh yeah,
We'll
what's your
wrap it up
record?
here.
Now, sure, obviously, I know your first thought is I'm biased, but your second thought should be I know this football team more than anyone else on this planet. Unfortunately, we are going 12-5, winning the division and losing in the first round.
Dude, come on. You're not winning the division,
No,
bro.
no, I can see it. I can see it. I
You
can
No,
see
I
it.
know,
really?
no,
Really?
Ian, I
Dude.
need you, Ian. I need you to realize this.
Okay,
Last year,
okay.
we were one failed blocked punt drive away from winning the division at 10-7 with JJ McCarthy, Max Brosmer, and Carson Wentz starting at quarterback.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I do see your point. It is a lot
And
closer than it may seem on
people
paper.
can point to the fact that, oh, those last couple of weeks were meaning. Oh, then would you rather we just lost them? Like, what's your
Yeah.
fucking point?
I
Like,
was
I have a
I
hot
was more
take. I have
saying
a
that
hot
just
take.
because every other
yeah,
team in the division's pretty good.
yeah.
Like, and
To
I
add on
expect
that,
Chicago to take another step.
I could see all the NFC North teams making the playoffs next year.
So
I could
here,
see it.
I'll give my NFC. No, I don't want to spoil my full year predictions for, I've given some hints away of to what I predicted this year, but I'll give off my NFC North ones at least just to give. So the reason I say this is because, well, one, last year our offensive line was putrid. I think we had one of the most like fluid combinations of players we put out there of random no names that we picked up off the street because all of our guys were down. All of our guys are back and healthy this year, and we actually have a quarterback this year. Um, there's no reason we shouldn't continue the because last year we were 9-8. The year before that, we were 14-3. The year before that, we were 8-9. The year before that, we were 13-4. The year before that, we were 7-10. There is no reason that trend doesn't continue because we have a weaker schedule this year because we got the third place matchup in all of our division games this year. So we have the third place schedule from last year. We have a weak schedule this year, an actual quarterback this year, and a healthy offensive line. There is no reason we are not a first round exit this year. I mean,
I honestly
like,
think
But yeah,
in the
no,
same
okay,
vein,
you're starting
the
to
same
convince me.
vein, the same vein, I think the Colts, they're also a first round exit. Is just whether are they I think that's just their ceiling in general. Their first round exit, whether they have a home playoff game or not. That's their like their ceiling. But then
What do
what
you
they're
think
gonna
their
do,
floor is?
I hate to say it, but 5-12. That's their floor.
I could see
Because
that.
I really don't want us to go 5-12. Because we don't
Nah,
have a first round pick. We do not have a first round pick. Because we have Sauce Gardner for 2 first rounders to the Jets.
dude, I still don't get that trade, man.
At
That'll
the
never make
time,
sense
okay,
to me.
okay. In the
at the
context of
time, it
when that
made
trade happened,
sense.
yeah. When it happened, it made sense.
Now
Yeah,
Now
it's
it's like, what the fuck?
yeah, it's just because the season fell off immediately for unrelated reasons.
Hmm.
what's it called? But I liked Olin's prediction with the end because I was actually very close to having all four teams in the end. But here's what I had for the NFC North. I had us winning at the division 12-5, but I did have it as a tiebreaker over the Packers, who were also 12-5. I
The
had the
Okay.
Bears
Packers.
at I had the Bears at 10-7 at the 7 seed, and I had the Lions at 9-8, missing the playoffs.
Oh wow.
And a
Yeah.
lot of people don't like that. A lot of people are high on the Lions year in and year out. I'm going to say it now. And Dan Campbell said it better than me. You don't know when your window is closing. That might have been our only shot. I think that seriously was their only shot.
Yeah,
And they
I
blew it.
definitely don't think they're contenders. Yeah.
And here's my thing. I don't think they're a bad team, but they did not get better than last year. And last year, they were 9-8, last in the division, and got swept by JJ McCarthy and Max Brosmer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. As much as I hate Detroit, inherently I'm biased against them because they're a divisional team. But we own them, so I don't care about them. The truth of the matter is that they're 9-8. They're a 9-8 to an 11-6 football team this year, and that's that.
I actually think the way I saw them, I actually think Chicago gets the I think Chicago might be best in the NFC the way I kind of see it. Because here's the thing about
Okay,
I know you're gonna say like the Rams. The Rams are they loaded up on talent. The Rams also play in the NFC West. That division is so tough unless you're the Arizona Cardinals. In that case, you might as well just
okay,
lose every
no,
single
don't get
game
me
that's
started on this whole NFC West thing this year because San Francisco is already obliterated. They're not going to be anything. Arizona has Carson Beck. They're not. It's just Seattle versus Los Angeles. Don't even.
yeah.
San Francisco's not in
Even
the picture
then,
this year.
even then, I
There are
still think San Francisco can make some noise. Not like I don't think they're going to be all that. They might be in the same boat as the Colts and 9-8. Might be able to squeak a wild card. But the way I see it is that I think the massive expectations on LA they might get them early in the season. The way I see it, and I think a team if a team like Chicago can pounce on that, I could see them taking an early run for the number one seed in the NFC, and I think it will stay that way. Um, for the rest of the order, I actually think it's gonna be it's gonna be even between Detroit and Minnesota. It's just gonna see who's gonna be who's getting the lower ranked seed in the first and the wild card round, and I think that advantage right now it goes to Detroit, but it could honestly just flip flop either way. And then the Packers, I think they'll just have like a lucky Mickey Mouse run within the last 8 weeks of the season and just squeak in to face the number 2 seed. who will
So,
be
because
LA.
my thing with the Packers is I obviously really do not like them, obviously. But my thing with them is that they are good in the regular season. There's
Yeah.
no reason to think they won't be. Um, and honestly, maybe I'm overselling them a little high, but I don't think I had them going much of anywhere as either. But like my point of the matter with Green Bay is that they're structurally an okay football. They don't have any receivers, and their quarterback is overrated. But like outside of that, their team is. They have Micah Parsons, for fuck's sake. If this team doesn't make the playoffs, everyone should get canned again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's why I think
um,
that's why I
yeah,
honestly think there's a really good chance all teams from the NFC North make the playoffs. And in terms like and we'll go more into like season predictions when we do that episode, but like yeah, I think it's a fair shot to have all four North teams in
I
there.
I almost did. I agree. I think it's a reason. I think we said that last year, and it almost did actually happen last year.
Yeah.
I think it's a reasonable shout
Which would
for it
really
to
suck
happen again.
because either Seattle or LA might have to miss the playoffs in order
That
for that
is
to
true.
I
happen.
didn't think about that part.
That is true. I don't think it happens this year solely because I don't think Seattle or LA misses because I had Seattle obviously making it and I had LA obviously making it. So it's like
Mhm.
I'm sorry, but I think the worst out of the NFC North teams is the one that doesn't make it. And while they might be a decent to good team, they're not Seattle, they're not Chicago, they're not Green Bay, they're not Los Angeles. And as a Vikings fan, this is our fluky first round exit year. It's our on year. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just don't. And my thing is, I'm really hesitant to Chicago. It's not because I don't like them. It's because last year's season to me really was reminiscent of the 2022 Vikings, where every game was a heart attack, last minute, one score win. Obviously, it wasn't to the extent of that, but it was still a majority of their games were that way. And obviously, the year after that, the Vikings took a dip. I think the story there's a little bit different because in this case, Chicago has their franchise quarterback of the future and a good offensive core that I think they'll be fine. But I don't think Chicago is really going to move that far up. I just think Chicago is going to be good again this year, like good to above average again this year. As an honest opinion, again, like it might seem like I'm coming off harsh against my division rivals, and of course, I don't like them, so of course I'm going to sound that way a little bit. But um, I think I think these next couple of years are really important for Chicago, though, obviously, because
Yeah.
I think this year is like kind of Caleb Williams. I need to he's stepped up last year to an extent. He's a good quarterback, and obviously it's his division to take for the next how many ever years he wants it. So this is the year I kind of need to see that jump, and this is the one year where it's like I'm fine with being wrong because it's like this is the year they need to have that jump. It's this year. Because if they step back this year, I kind of have them staying put. But if they step back this year, there's a lot of questions that need to go around that shouldn't be going around a team that just drafted the first overall pick a couple of years ago. Um, so I'm a little hesitant about them just because of how up and down and kind of I wouldn't say I'm fluky, but sporadic and a little yeah. So, I think they'll be fine. I think they're going to make the playoffs again this year, but I'm hesitant to really have them jumping to that top tier of the NFC because I don't see them hanging with the Los Angeles. I don't see them hanging with the Seattle. I don't see them. I don't see them hanging with the Philadelphia. So that's where I'm at with the Bears. But I think 2 or 3 years from now, they'll either have their franchise quarterback and should hopefully be consistently winning the division, or things will go wrong and they have some questions to answer. So this is kind of a pivotal year because I think if they step back this year, I think that points them in the wrong direction. just for the next couple of years because I think that really puts a bad taste. I think they'll be. I have honest opinion though, as much negative as I've said about every divisional team. I think they are arguably by far the best suited for the future team out of the four because the Vikings are taking a flyer on a quarterback. The Packers have no receiving room and no defense outside of Micah Parsons. And the Lions are just in no man's land right now after losing to Washington in the playoffs. So
Yeah.
that's my opinion.
All right. Real quick before we wrap things up here on episode 1 of season 1 of the Coast to Coast show, one bold prediction for the NFL season. I'll start first. If I want you to do the process of elimination here, I think Dallas wins the NFC East this year. I
I
think
don't
Philadelphia
hate that.
misses.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
interesting.
ooh, okay. I don't hate that. I don't see that's the problem is I wouldn't hate it if Philadelphia made it. But it's a bold prediction because of that. I don't hate that because I didn't have Dallas doing that great, but my only problem with Dallas is that they don't have that much of a defense this year. Like they're
And
really relying
I
on Dak,
think
CD, and George Pickens.
here's my thought process on this. It's that I just don't think the Giants will be all that good. I think they'll be fine. They're just not ready to make that leap yet. I think the Commanders are just gonna be kind of
Yeah.
average. And then here's the Eagles. I think the Eagles they lost a lot when they got rid of AJ Brown, and for honestly solid reason, but I still think it's gonna hurt them a lot. And this is where Dallas comes in, and if they don't have like they'll have like a I think they'll just have like an average defense. Like it won't it's not going to be like the greatest thing in the world, but it's also I just don't think it won't be that bad as you're making it out to be. It'll be like I think they'll be like a seven like a mid-ranked defense, like a somewhere between like a 15 20th ranked defense, somewhere around that mid-range. Um and I think that that'll just be enough for them to get into playoffs. And honestly, I can honestly see them winning a game before getting just destroyed by whoever next round. But yeah, that's my bold prediction. Dallas wins the NFC East and Philadelphia misses the playoffs.
I like that.
Ian, what do you
Um,
got?
my bold prediction, the New England Patriots fall off and miss the playoffs.
You see, I don't think that's that hot of a take, but I'll let you explain why.
Mostly, okay,
The
well, number one,
schedule.
they used, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, it's gonna be the schedule. But number one, they had the most, like, and I usually don't like calling things like a Mickey Mouse run. That was a Mickey Mouse ass Super Bowl run. Okay. Your conference finals opponent, their quarterback breaks his ankle on one of the last plays of the game to even get there, and then you get demolished by Seattle. They're like because last year they had I think either the 31st or the 32nd hardest schedule, and now they're at around what is it like eighth hardest schedule, eighth or ninth because they have to do the first place
Yep.
in their divisional games. They're screwed. Like they're a good team. Like I think they'll probably still win like 8 or 9 games, but I think they're gonna end up missing the playoffs. They'll get squeezed out in the last week.
I can see that. However, I still think the Patriots are a well coached team led by Coach Rossini. I mean Coach Vrabel. But yeah, I think they'll take a step back. They won't be NFC AFC East winners, but I could definitely see them taking a step back. But I think I still have them making the playoffs. They'll be that first wild card. Honestly, I think that's honestly the best case scenario.
Yeah, I could see that too.
All right, Zaylor, send us off with a good one.
No, I'm gonna go in a direction of a team that I don't think we've mentioned once on this episode yet, actually. And I feel like every year it's kind of the past couple of years has been of when will it happen? I think this year the Carolina Panthers finally take a stranglehold on the South and win a playoff game this year.
I
That's a
like
good
that.
one. That's a
I
good
like
one.
that. I was
I
thinking about saying the Panthers would win at least 10 games, but I like yours better, them winning a playoff game.
I see. I don't want to. I don't. I won't throw out how many wins I have them at yet. I'll save that for the next time I'm here. But I have I think they could squeak out a play because people forget they only lost to the Rams by 3 points. I think it was last year, right?
Yeah.
And that was a close game. That was a drop away from being a tie game and going into overtime. Um, that was probably one of my favorite games of the playoffs last year. That was an incredible game to watch, and people have kind of been throwing a lot of flack at Bryce Young, saying when's the breakout year? Obviously, my question mark with them is still the offensive line because it's still not that great looking. But I think I really want to believe in them. I think Bryce Young is a very talented quarterback, a lot more than people give him credit for. He wasn't a first overall pick for
Yeah,
no reason. I think they win a playoff game this year.
I like it. I like it. Charlotte gets a freaking playoff win, dude. The
They
city
should have
might
got
burn
that. Would have
down.
been electric last year if they got one at the bank as well. That
Oh
would have
my
been
God,
so
yeah.
electric.
I've honestly never heard that place that loud
You
than
went to
than
that
on
game,
that team.
right? Oh no,
No,
you said on
unfortunately.
TV.
I went to a game that season, but I was at the Bills Panthers game where the Bills
Uh
just beat them by like
Mhm.
35, and it was
Yeah.
only Bills fans in the stadium.
all right, well, hopefully it's a good season for all of us, but I doubt it. Mainly me.
I think all of us are going to be here week one and going through like therapy.
Dude, we played the Texans week one. We're screwed.
We
Yeah,
opened the
but
season with the Bears and the Packers. I'm low key a little bit fucking scared.
we got the Ravens and Chiefs, man. We
Well,
Jesus.
got
you
the
got the
Ravens and
Ravens, the
Chiefs.
Chiefs, and who else?
The
Didn't you play someone
Texans.
else really? Yeah, you guys are.
No. Here's our first 5 games, right? We got the Ravens week 1. We got the Chiefs away on Sunday Night Football. We got the Texans at home for our rivalry game. I'm actually excited for our rivalry jerseys.
Those will be fun.
What else? I think we're in London to face the Commanders. So that's a winnable game, but that's also a London game. Like weird things
Hmm.
Coin
happen those
toss.
London
Yeah.
games. Weird things happen. And then we got the Steelers away. We could honestly start 0-5. And then we get the tight and then we
Unfortunately,
get and then
I
we get the
could see
Titans
it.
and Vikings. We get the
I
Titans and
think
Vikings next.
I think if you come out of that 2-3, you'll be okay. Like you'll
Oh,
be happy.
Yeah, I agree.
if we come out 2-3, I will be celebrating like we won the Super Bowl. But
I
honestly,
agree.
I could easily see us like I could see us steal like 2 games from that stretch. Like I can
It would be
honestly
so funny if you guys went 2-3, but your wins were against the Chiefs and the Ravens, and you lost the 3 other ones. That would be so funny.
Lost to the
that would be the
Steelers.
most that would be no, because it's in Pittsburgh. We always lose in Pittsburgh. That's been like
Yeah,
a thing for a
Pittsburgh.
minute. Yeah. But anyways, this has been season 1, episode 1 of the Coast to Coast show. If your guys were here for hockey, I promise we will have it starting next month. But right now it's a little bit of football time. We want to thank you for listening to today's episode. A little bit of a long one today, but hey, we're back, baby. And as I guess it's tradition now, what's your favorite Coast to Coast episode, Ian?
Oh,
The next one.
All right, this has been the Coast to Coast show. We will see you in the next one.